Top five, top five, top five.
Yeah, girl, you ready to do this? You ready to count this thing down? We're doing the top five, heard? Yeah, let's set it off with 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ranked Top 5 List of Stuff That Don't Matter. I'm your tasty host, Tuong La.
You tasty.
I don't like. Yeah, I'm tasty, but you can ignore
so
the word.
tasty.
Oh, thanks, guys. What a supportive group we have today. I'll introduce them one by one. You may recognize them already by their sensual voices here, but my first guest has the craziest hair that I've ever seen.
All right.
Master fidget spinner, Mike Mongiardi. How's your fidget spinning career going?
I wouldn't really call it a career. It's more of a passion, but it's going great. It's going great. I really believe in them, and I think there's a big comeback on the horizon. So hang in there, buy as many as you can. They're coming back. It's going to be the next GameStop.
I wouldn't say Mike has the craziest hair, but I think it's a bold choice that instead of a beard, he just has hair going every direction off of his face.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, how else would you describe the hair of Mike here? Mike, you can't chime in on this because you're a little biased.
I would say it's a mix between like an afro and like a perm, but then he's just got elements of beard, but they're unconnected to each other. and like his chin beard just looks like more afro.
You're like your whole head is one big afro, which is it's impressive.
He has a nice gradient though going on from like dark hair at the top to like fading into white. You got like good Mr. Fantastic white hair to the side.
Exactly. He's salt and pepper, but he's decided to put all the pepper in one place.
Yeah, it's all here on like the temple. Is it temple with an L? Is that or tempo? Temple, right?
With an L.
It's a temple. Yeah.
It might even have 6 L's. I don't know, but yeah, temple.
Yeah. Well, Mike, I'm glad your hair and your fidget spinner are on the cast today. Welcome back.
I'm glad to be back here on the podcast with you, Tuong, my best friend.
This is news to me, but I'm okay with it.
It's great. Can't wait. We're all in the same room, sitting very close together.
Yep, breathing down each other's faces as we do on the podcast.
Of course not. But it's great to be back. I had so much fun last time doing it with the same group, and I'm very happy to do it again.
Ooh, the same group. Now we're really teasing. And Mike, do you want to introduce the next guest here?
Just kidding about the same group. Could be anyone, never know. But the next guest I'm going to introduce is my best friend, Raul Delgado.
Hey.
Raul Delgado, hello. Welcome back to the Pod Cavern.
Hey, nice to be back. Was a little disappointed. Last Jedi didn't make it in last time. Here to redeem that farce of a list and put it back to its place.
Right. Now, Raul, I've been asking around, and people often call you the last Jedi of human beings. And how do you take that?
Offended, because they usually are angry when they say it.
Yeah.
But I know that it's got a lot to offer, and they just don't see it yet. And when time passes, they'll look back fondly, and they'll be like, wow, that movie was pretty good because my kids seem to like it.
Yeah.
And they're wrong.
Yeah, they're wrong. They're wrong. You are, just like The Last Jedi, pretty good.
Thank you.
Raul, can you introduce, I assume, also your best friend, the final guest?
Oh, I'd love to introduce this person who is my best friend. It's John Richardson.
Oh, my best friend too.
You turned me into the cowardly lion.
John, welcome back on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me, my best friend.
I love this group. I'm excited to betray all this happiness at the beginning and start yelling at you guys later.
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna firmly stomp on everything you guys say.
This shows like the risk of podcasts, the board game Risk, where it's just there's no way it doesn't end up with everyone angry at each other. by the end.
Yeah. Or the Are You Lying reality show.
Can I ask a question? I know we talked about early on. You know what? I don't want to spoil what the category is. Let's talk about the category.
We'll talk about the
once
category.
you explain what the category is.
Okay, we'll explain the category, and I will say, because last time we did a podcast, these folks came in with porn parody names, and I know all the people at home were dying for that podcast today. Unfortunately, we had to put that one on hold. It got a little too hot, a little too sexy. We will come back to it one day.
Don't worry, we have porn parody titles of everything on this list too.
It's kind of my talent. I can do porn titles for anything.
Yeah, I feel like you're walking right into this. So before we start, can we get one round of porn parody titles right now?
No.
Mike, go ahead.
21 Cum Street.
Okay, good. Very good.
So they don't need to be condiment related.
No, they don't. Raul, you have one or?
Yeah, sure. Honey must hard.
Okay, that's
so
good.
I got condiment related.
Thank you. And John, you want to top that off there?
I mean, honey, I fucked the kids. If you're going honey.
And
they're all just to be clear, they're all of legal age, and they weren't related.
They're wearing diapers, but they are played by 30-year-olds.
Oh boy,
I like the salvage Mike did, and then you somehow still made it worse.
John's like, let's break that down further. Okay, all right. Well, we kind of, sort of, maybe touched on it. Raul mentioned it. Today we are talking about condiments. Top 5 condiments. We're talking about food
tasty.
today. And this group apparently really likes food. John, I hear you love food.
I like food.
But you hate seafood.
I do hate seafood. There's a few things that I have really strong opinions on that every time I bring it up, it shocks people. The big one for me is I hate the taste of chocolate and peanut butter mixed together, which everybody else in the world loves.
Right.
So even somebody that has heard it from me like 40 times, I'll mention it again, and it's erased from their mind that I've ever yelled about it before.
Another thing about John is if he doesn't like something, you've heard it from him 40 times.
That's fair. You know, John, we have a regular on the show that Angus McDonald, and he hates cheese. He just dislikes cheese. He's not allergic to anything. And anytime he brings up that he doesn't like cheese and he doesn't have cheese on his pizza, people will have the exact same reaction. Yeah. So I feel like you and him would have friends.
I'm on his side. I don't judge people for their dislikes. I'll judge people for their likes, but I don't judge them for their dislikes.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Everybody's allowed to dislike whatever they want.
Yeah. I mean, it is like it is a weird thing. It's like people just don't like things, and that's okay. Like, I don't like onions normally, even though I'm kind of trying to acclimatize myself to them lately. But I don't like onions, and anytime if someone sees me like eat an onion ring, they'll be like, "Oh, I thought you don't like onions," and it's like, this isn't like a trick. This isn't like, "Oh, you got me." Like I'm okay with it. If I'm eating it, then I'm probably fine with it.
Yeah.
I'm not. You didn't get me.
Same thing, me. Yeah. I hate onions, but like if you've cooked an onion down so you can't taste it, and it's in the sauce.
Yep.
You didn't catch me if you saw me eating the sauce.
I feel the same way about mushrooms. Mushrooms for me is the same way, where it's like it has to be done just right for me to eat the mushroom. Otherwise, no bueno. Yeah.
Love a mushroom.
I had mushrooms. Man, I made beef stroganoff today, and it fucking strapped your tits on and stick them up sideways because it was delicious.
Can we call beef stroganoff a condiment? Because it's on my list. If it is.
All right. For condiments, we have to come up with some ground rules today before we move forward with our list here. I sent you guys something this morning. I think I like the way it's worded, so I'm going to read it for the people at home.
Please do.
And the definition of condiments. A condiment is a spice, sauce, seasoning, or preparation that is added to food after cooking to impart a specific flavor, to enhance the flavor, or to complement the dish. A table condiment or table sauce is more specifically a condiment that is served separately from the food and is added to taste by the diner, is what it says. So here
Right.
it is. I like
So
this too. This encapsulates all types of different condiments and makes like the nominations very broad, which makes things more fun, I think. But I think right here we should nip this is that table condiments count. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, so including salt?
That would count.
I don't think we should include salt.
I don't know if we should. It should
Because
be, should it be a
it's
bunch of things put together to make one flavor?
I think I would, if someone nominated it, I would hear them out, but it technically.
Here's the thing, because salt is like chemically necessary for food.
Sure.
Yeah, you know what?
It's a
had
flavor
salt.
enhancer that you add to every type of food to make your taste buds open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I hear you. Maybe it's not the most inspired choice.
I had salt on my list. I will say it was like the first thing I was gonna say because it's like there's no way it doesn't win because it's like
Yeah.
if you don't have salt, you can't have food. Like it's so food. Any food can automatically be made better by just adding salt. Like imagine
Yeah.
French fries without salt. It's like
But because
you might
it's a
as well
gimme,
eat
should
a
it be
bowl of
like-
diarrhea?
that's what I think. I think it's a gimme. I think it's grandfathered into.
Yeah,
It's
we could do
above
that.
the list.
Yeah.
I'm okay
think
with
so.
that. Like this list presented by Salt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Salt's favorite condiments.
To be clear, we're talking about Salt, the hit Angelina Jolie movie, right?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Of course.
and one half of the hit hip hop duo Salt and Pepper.
Okay. Yeah.
Of course, featuring Spinderella. DJ
course.
Of
Spinderella.
course, yeah.
Yeah.
So with Pepper, and I don't want to like burn through too many of these because we know, of course, we want to nominate stuff, but
Yes.
S and P often are talked about together. Is Pepper a different league here?
Absolutely.
I think so.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. We'll
Yeah.
leave it at that.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
salt and pepper are two different categories. And as you can also have different types of pepper.
Right.
And
Okay. We'll save
technically they have different types of salt. You know, they got sea salt, they got Himalayan salt.
Okay.
But they're all salt. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? They're all doing the same job.
And can we just call out that salt is a mineral that's mined, and pepper is a plant that grows in fields. But
Exactly.
together, they're the perfect companions. You know,
Yeah.
they come from totally different worlds, but
Ebony and
those
ivory.
two crazy cats make it work.
that. Aladdin and Jasmine. There you go. That's what
You
they
got
are.
it.
What other ground rules do we want to come up with today?
You know what? I think that's a good way of excluding salt is that it is not derived from any like it is just a mineral. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a
And it's
base-
the only one we're talking about that would be just a mineral.
Yeah, that would be
Right.
like being like, I think my favorite condiment is oxygen.
Yeah, or iodine.
Water.
It's too low level.
Carbon. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It's like, yeah, I get it.
I would like to set a ground rule to no bodily fluids.
Yes.
Whoa.
Can
Yes.
we say that?
Yeah.
I gotta redo my list. I gotta redo my list.
Yeah.
All
Just
right,
not for me.
we'll nip this in the butt. Cum is not a condiment.
Aw.
Hey, John,
Nip
I'm
it.
As long
looking
as
at
you're
you.
nipping my cum in the butt. You guys are gross.
Here's another ground rule, not as important as the one that we just set there, but I propose this in the chat. I think there are certain things, and I'll somewhat spoil something here. Like, let's say mayo, for example, is like there's different types of mayo,
Yes.
and I would on this list discern between them. For
I
because
agree.
like because mayo encapsulates too much, you know.
No,
Like,
I
if
agree.
you say mayo, then that's cheating.
You know what? We'll talk about it if we get there.
I'm
but
sure we'll get
I
there.
agree.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
You can't just say, you know what? I don't want any more
Yeah.
examples.
No more examples. That's it. Let's get
I
into it.
agree. You got to be as specific as possible.
That's right. All right. I think we're ready to talk some condiments. Let's go. Just like every episode of Ranked, we're going to go around 3 times, nominating 3 nominations each, making a master list of 12 and whittling that down to a top 5 condiments list. My first condiment has my name on it. Well, it has. Anytime someone notices this bottle, they'll be like, "Oh my God, Tuong, it's you!" And I'm like, "Well, if you put the accents on it,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
really doesn't actually say my
Immediately
name."
gonna disagree.
Oh, good. I know what this is, and I didn't
And-
even
You
think
do.
of this.
It is
Yeah.
it might be my front runner here. I use it for basically everything or for a lot of things. And I would put it on, I would try this sauce on basically anything like pasta, rice, chicken wings, fuck it, whatever. I just want to try it on everything because I love the taste. It gives just enough heat and just enough sweetness that it's just it's a good kick. And I remember having this type of sauce when I was a kid, and nobody knew about it. But for some reason, like
It exploded
over the last decade, it just exploded, and now everybody has it. And we're of course talking about sriracha.
All right.
I didn't even think of that one, but that is a killer.
I can't believe you didn't think of that one. That's crazy.
That is like my first thing I thought about when I thought about this topic.
It's the first thing to come up on Google Images when you put condiments.
Mike,
really?
Don't you have a sriracha costume?
Yeah, I do have a sriracha onesie. Maybe I'll wear it after the break.
You should have wore it for the group picture.
Yeah, I just honestly didn't even think about it, which is crazy because I love sriracha. I have it in my fridge. I eat it all the time.
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel really weird whenever a bottle of sriracha is getting like towards the bottom, and I'm like, I gotta run out right now to buy another bottle because I would use it for everything. The only thing I don't like about sriracha is how it builds up in that cap.
It gets crusty, yeah.
Oh, it really does. Yeah.
That's annoying. I feel like they can fix that problem very easily. But
I do remember, when it is about a decade ago that it exploded, and then I remember as people were talking about it. First of all the white people I knew talked about it as just rooster sauce.
Yep.
And then once it became popular that people knew the name sriracha, there's a lot of news articles about how production couldn't keep up with demand, and there was
really?
fire in a factory or something, and the town that made it was having economical troubles because they couldn't supply enough sriracha or something.
Wow. I did not know that.
I really brought up an article that I knew a ton about, huh? Anytime you have an anecdote that ends with or something.
I do remember this though.
Yeah. I like that. Raul, what's your favorite thing to put sracha on?
Favorite thing to put sriracha on? I don't know. Maybe
don't say your
nothing because it's not a part of my list.
Penis.
Don't say it, you grosso.
Okay.
You got me. I'm not gonna. Okay. Well, nothing. I guess then. No. Sriracha's good. I think I'd put something spicier on if I was to add a spicy thing.
Yeah.
What I think about sriracha is I don't necessarily put it on, at least for me, like to make it like super spicy. Like for me, it's like just enough of a kick to give it a little zing, but I'm not looking to go, I'm dying here. Like for me, I'm not really that big into hot sauce. I wish I was. But sriracha is just good enough that I feel like really fine with it being on most foods.
Yeah, I don't dislike it, but I think it's a little over what do you call that? Liked, overestimated. What's the phrase, guys?
Overrated?
Overrated. Holy God. Anybody ever have one of those what do you call them, moments when you're brain disorder?
what do we call that?
You asked for this one? Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, I feel like it's a little overrated. It's okay.
Maybe it got like pretty big, but like I remember like I was with sriracha before it was cool, you know?
Yeah, I just think it's not my favorite hot sauce.
Yeah.
It's okay though.
And here's a weird thing. I don't even consider it a hot sauce. That like I feel like it's just almost a different entity the way I think about it. So
it is kind of creamier than a hot sauce.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah. Mike, what do you have for your first nomination?
My first nomination is a classic. It's wholesome. It's connected to your childhood. It 0 calories, right? So it's free. It's basically you can eat as much of it as you want. It is a color that does not occur naturally in nature, and it is unclear how it is such a color, but it is undeniably delicious. Your standard ballpark yellow mustard.
Yeah.
Okay. Just regular yellow mustard.
Regular yellow mustard. You'll never. I mean. If yellow mustard didn't exist, then how would you even eat a hot dog or a sausage? You might as well just throw it in the trash.
I mean, a lot of people don't like mustard on hot dogs, which is crazy because I do.
Now, I gotta step in here. And I gotta say, when I put on mustard, I have to put a very little bit so I'm not eating a mustard sandwich, so it doesn't taste like I'm eating a mustard sandwich. Yeah. At which point, if I'm barely putting any on, do I really need mustard?
Or is it such a good, strong condiment that a little goes a long way, baby?
Hey, I like to open the discussion.
I know.
I will say that goes with anything. I mean, if you put too much of it on your sandwich, then you're eating a that sandwich. So.
That's true.
Yeah. Like you want a whisper of mustard on your hot dog, Raul. That's what you're saying. Like just a little bit
A
of
very little bit, like a drip, 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 drip on the length of a hot dog. I'm not gonna like put as much ketchup or mayo
Whoa,
as
whoa,
I
whoa!
would.
What's this ketchup you're
Sorry,
talking
sorry,
about?
sorry.
That's not-
I'll
so
say it
As
later,
far as
say it
I
later,
know,
say it later.
sriracha and mustard are the only two condiments.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you, John. Thank you.
I actually don't know that word.
No, yellow mustard is good. I actually have a big fondness of it too. And a
Yeah.
little anecdote here. Back in high school, I went to this leadership camp and I didn't know anyone there. It was one of those times I was very shy. And through the weekend, I met a lot of friends. And at the end of the weekend, I was awarded the mustard award.
Aw,
And they gave me just regular mustard. That's what the award was. And it's for making a lot of friends. That's what I won the award for.
nice.
Why is that award associated with mustard again?
It's the mustard awards.
It's called the mustard award. So
Okay.
you get mustard for it.
Okay.
They gave him mustard, Raul.
Okay, I understood.
Raul, what do you have as your next nomination, or your first nomination, rather?
Well, I hope this condiment gets the mustard award. It is. It is. I'm not gonna blow my load with a really crazy good one yet,
Okay.
but it will seem like I am because it's pretty good. I'm gonna add on ranch
Interesting.
Hidden Valley.
Ranch, yeah.
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Name another product that basically takes something so healthy, like a salad, and makes it delicious.
How about any other salad?
I don't think so, John. I don't think so.
I will say this: and I'm going to throw out the name of another condiment here.
Oh.
You know what? I'm not going to say it.
You're not
But
going to say it.
when I go for chicken wings, delicious chicken wings that are covered in some kind of a sauce. Who knows? But then also you get your celery and carrots that also come with either ranch or another sauce.
Yep.
I would rather eat a bowl of my own diarrhea than ranch when I get that. Whenever they don't have that other sauce,
Ranch is not an acceptable substitute.
no, ranch is.
I
I'm
gotta
just
say-
like, fuck this place.
I completely agree with you, Mike.
Aha!
Wow.
I do like however, if buffalo hot sauce is not involved and I'm just having carrots on my own, ranch is fine. I'd like a ranch dip. You know what I mean?
Tong, may I approach the defendant?
You may
John-
proceed, yes.
John, when you're having salad,
Uh-huh.
would you rather have a plain old little dry salad, or would you put ranch on it? Just answer that question. Yes or no?
I'm going to say that's a bit of a straw man argument.
No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Please answer the question, John. Would
If my
have-
choices are between no condiment on a salad or the one that you chose,
Yes.
I'll choose the one that you chose.
Thank you, Tom.
Case closed.
Case closed.
Wow. Wow. I also do like a ranch. It's not my favorite thing, but there is times and places for ranch, and when it needs, like, yeah, with a carrot, I'll fuck with ranch. Yeah, give me some
Yeah.
baby carrots and some
Yeah.
ranch. Yeah, hell yeah, I will. With some
Yeah.
salad, with no other choice for other condiments for whatever reason.
If you're doing
yeah,
a
I'll have
chips
ranch.
and dip, sometimes you want just a ranch dip, maybe.
I'm cool
Totally.
with that.
Who knows?
I'm cool with that. I get it.
If you don't have a French onion dip or something,
Or
ranch
something.
dip is good
You-
too.
Vegetable platter. You want to have
yeah.
ranch in the middle bit.
So now that we're done with Raul, why don't I? No,
Yes,
I
John.
feel like nobody wants to use up their choices. I'm just gonna bite the bullet and say ketchup.
Oh,
Because
Whoa.
I do love ketchup. It's very versatile. It can go on anything.
a
I
salad.
agree. It's not exciting. It could go on a salad. If my choice was between dry salad and I might choose dry salad. You're right. But
he's got a point. He's got a point when he's got a point.
yeah, the things that ketchup are great for, they're great for.
I will say that ketchup is a pretty basic choice. And, yeah,
Which you
coming
don't
from
like. You don't really like ketchup, right, Mike?
I don't like ketchup at all, so it's going to be hard to get the vote for me.
Oh, is this true?
Didn't
Yeah.
know this.
It's just like it's just like, to me, it's like just really sweet.
I
Too
get
sweet.
that. I totally get
I would
that.
prefer. You know what? Never mind. I'll hold on to it. But yeah, if I'm gonna,
It's really hard to talk about stuff without comparing it to other stuff, huh?
I'll just use it up next round. But yeah, I think for me, yeah, it's not my go-to. But I know I'm wrong because everyone loves it. But
Yeah,
what don't
I-
you like about I mean, of course, everyone has their own taste. I get that. But what can you describe what you don't like about ketchup? Do you like tomatoes?
Yeah, I like tomatoes, but and I like tomato sauce.
I'd say
but
it tastes different. Yeah. than
Yeah,
I would
tomatoes.
defend Mike in saying that tomatoes and ketchup are not similar.
Yes.
So
Ketchup is just salt and sugar wearing a tomato costume.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Okay. What are the things that you like with your ketchup, John?
French fries, an egg sandwich in the morning. A little ketchup needs a little zing on
Yeah,
it.
egg and ketchup. I get that.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, any type of potato product can do with a little ketchup.
Yep.
My grandfather used to put ketchup on literally everything. Like he'd have turkey dinner, he'd put the ketchup on it.
Oh, wow.
Mashed potatoes, he'd put ketchup on it. My dad kind of does the same thing. Baked beans need a little ketchup to
I can
zing
see
them
that.
up. Basically, all the breakfast foods.
Yeah,
Need
mashed
ketchup.
potatoes for breakfast.
And baked beans.
Well, I don't support mashed potatoes. I'm just saying I know there are people that'll go crazy and put it on everything.
What
I
about
get that, yeah.
those people that put it on like
Spaghetti?
boxed mac and cheese?
I'm one of those.
You're
I'll
one of
have it on
those
KD.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've tried it, and it's a nice change, but it's not my everyday. Yeah,
Haven't done it, but I'm not against it. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely not against it at all.
it's especially if you're going to put hot dogs in there.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yes.
chopped
Oh,
up hot
yes.
dogs with your
There you
KD
go.
and then a
Fuck.
little ketchup
Yeah.
on top. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
If you're gonna get classy, that's pretty good.
Okay, let's go into round two. So we have discovered 4 condiments in the world, but now we got to discover another 4. My next nomination, I've only just recently started getting into, so it's just something that is new in my life, but I really like it every time I get a chance to have it with something, and that is a little green sauce called basil pesto.
Basil
Interesting.
pesto.
Basil pesto.
Basil pesto.
The man chose basil pesto.
Basil pesto.
Basil
Okay. I really like pesto. I think I don't know. For some reason, I feel healthy when I have pesto. Maybe because it's just green. That's the only
Yes.
reason.
Yeah, because if you've never made pesto, it's like mostly oil.
Oil, garlic,
Oil,
salt, and
nuts, and-
pepper.
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's and basil. Like but the things it can go with, I find, are really good. Like the thing that I really like with it is like put it in with your pasta, for example.
Whoa. Who puts pesto on pasta?
I do.
Just
John.
kidding. The most obvious thing to put on.
But I see the table here is not as excited about pesto as I thought they would be. So give me your thoughts.
Listen, I love a green pasta. Like that's what I call it. Like classic dish Peru type of thing is like, which is like heavy in pesto.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've never tried this way you're saying, but I assume if it adds a little bit of that pesto, like flavor to things, it's like that's not bad at all. Kind of tastes kind of classy.
I like pesto, but I've discovered throughout my life, because I'm an old man, if I'm going to have pesto, I prefer red tomato pesto.
Oh,
Because it goes better on an Italian sandwich,
Okay.
and it's not quite as piquant,
Uh-huh.
and it goes good on the pastas as well. But your green pesto with some nice nuts in there,
Uh-huh.
that's pretty good.
It's
too.
pretty good, and it's healthy because it's green, as we
Healthy 'cause
established.
it's green.
yeah, that's
Yes,
true. You get your health.
absolutely.
You got
Yeah.
the health factor in there.
That's right. I think you
Yeah.
can pair it with a lot of meats out there. You can put it with some like a bread appetizer. Just lay out some baguettes, slice
Yeah.
those bad boys up. Just put a
Poor
little
man's
bit of
bruschetta.
yes. Oh. Anyways,
I think your big thing here is how classy it looks compared to everything else.
Yeah, it's definitely the classiest condiment so far.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's only gonna get classier with Mike's nomination.
Oh yeah, get ready, strap your class socks on, because daddy's coming into town with the next choice here. It is another real basic choice, I think. But I wanted to get it out of the way. I don't know how specific we're supposed to get, so it's going to be fairly specific. But so we were talking about ketchup, which I don't like because to me it's just tastes mostly like just really sweet and not that interesting of a flavor.
You get that?
But any day of the week, I would choose a nice barbecue sauce over ketchup because it's got a little zip, a little bit of that zing to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I chose specifically Sweet Baby Ray barbecue sauce because that's the one I usually buy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not like a barbecue sauce aficionado, so I'm sure there's really good ones.
Barbecue sauce, I feel as though that one can be generalized, right?
It's weird because that one does. The differences between barbecue sauces are dramatic.
Yeah,
but I
okay.
understand what you're saying. I think we can safely put it into one category
I think so.
I think
because it's.
Yeah.
We have to
It's-
picture the best barbecue sauce.
You could do a
that we
top
can
five
imagine. Yeah.
barbecue sauce
Right.
category and subdivide it. But for this list, I'm okay with giving it a pass. And
Yeah,
saying,
tune in next week for top 5 barbecue sauces.
Which honestly could be its own topic. But yeah, it's weird
Absolutely.
for me because for me, it's like barbecue sauce should be lumped in as one, but mustard, there's so many different types of mustard. And
Yeah.
hell no to that.
Even though the differences are crazy different with barbecue, because like Mike's Sweet Baby Ray is good, but it's definitely a sweet barbecue sauce. It's not, and then there's smoky barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
And then there's
Mesquite.
hot barbecue sauce, and then there's some people call barbecue sauce just that liquidy drizzle that they put in like Louisiana. You know what I mean? That's not really a barbecue sauce so much as like a drip, a barbecue drip. It's like vinegary. Anyway, I have opinions.
Yes, I love barbecue sauce. I think it's good. What's your go-to barbecue sauce thing, Mike?
I mean, it's good on basically like any sandwich or whatever, your basic kind of deli sandwich. But my go-to, hands down, I love to slow cook
Pulled pork.
Pulled pork. Yeah, pulled pork.
Ooh, yeah.
And either you use barbecue sauce or you kind of make your own barbecue sauce. But either way, it's a barbecue sauce. And without
Yeah.
barbecue sauce, you can't have pulled pork. And that would be a sad place to live.
Now, Mike, I have a
Barbecue
question
side
for
of
you.
life.
Would you have the pulled pork with nothing or ranch?
What do you mean nothing? Like
Just slow cook as is or ranch.
like dried, no
Yeah.
sauce?
Would you rather
or
have
ranch?
dry
Ranch.
pork? Or...
Thank you.
Ranch.
Fair question.
That's
Fair
insane.
question, Tom.
I think I would choose dry pork instead of pork with ranch.
I mean, it wouldn't be good, but it's
It would no longer be dry.
Well, remember you can add salt because salt is not part of this
That's
list.
right.
oh, yeah,
That's
salt
right.
is free.
Of course.
Just be drier.
Yeah, exactly. Barbecues, I love that nomination. Raul, what do you got?
Okay, I got a bit of a wild card here.
Whoa!
Here we go.
I brought it in last time with The Last Jedi. I know it's controversial, not to some people, but to others. I'm gonna throw in mayo chup. That's the combination of ketchup and mayo.
Oh wow, the two condiments I find most repulsive in the world.
Very funny, Mike. Very funny.
Wait a minute, are you cutting out or? Sorry, I thought we were redoing everything.
Yeah, that's an inside joke for
It's an inside joke,
for us.
of course. Mayo chup, what is that? I mean, I feel like I already know what it tastes like, but does it actually just taste
Have
like...
you not tried it?
I've never tried mayo chup.
Okay, if you think ketchup's too sweet, like and too like vinegary, the mayo drowns it out with like just really good flavor, and it's becomes this perfect combination. Heinz sells it. Other people have now sold it now, but like, yeah, I used to mix it on my own. Now they sell it in stores and stuff.
Yeah, I think I don't know why you would buy it in stores rather than just mixing it
I
yourself.
know, just mix it yourself.
But I agree with Raul that sometimes mixing two together is the way to go. And there's nothing wrong with mayo chup if you want to dip fries, but it's certainly not as versatile as either one of those separately.
You know they use mayo to dip their fries in Europe, and they call it a royale with cheese.
A Royale with cheese?
I hear
Yeah.
they smother it in that shit.
Mike, so mayo chup, even though you don't like those two things separately, does this do it for you?
I mean, probably not, honestly, because I don't like either one of them, so I don't see how I would like them mixed together.
Would you
But I've
try
never
it?
tried it, in fairness.
There
I didn't
you
actually. I've never actually heard that phrase before. I haven't, surprisingly, have not encountered it. But
I actually only for this podcast discovered there's like a bottle called Mayo Chup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've decided to now use the name, but it is mayo and ketchup put together.
I've never heard the phrase. I've never heard that name either.
No, but Heinz makes mayo chup, which is what I'm seeing right now. So it's legit.
It's
It's
better
legit.
It's
I
better
would
than
say
ketchup and mayo.
You might actually like it, Mike. You would definitely like it better than either one separately, because mayo can be gross because it's a little too oily and too creamy. I'm with you. Ketchup can be gross because it's a little too sweet to that. So it's they sort of do balance each other out a little bit.
Hey.
Makes one a little creamier, makes the other one a less. But it's still, you can only use it for dipping fries. What else?
I don't
do you
think
put
so.
it on?
I don't think so. You can put it in a burger. It's pretty good.
Put it on a burger. I can see it on a burger.
Well, the same thing, burger and fries. Come on.
Anything
Sandwich.
Okay.
What
John?
would I rather have? Dry lettuce?
Or mayo chop.
I also need a back check. What does fangool mean, Mike?
It means like, this just means like fuck you.
Okay,
It's
good.
just a swear.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was scared.
Yeah.
I was like, my God, that better not be
Oh, like a racial slur or something.
derogatory thing.
As far as I know, it's not. But I'm not fluent by any
Oh,
means.
thank God.
No,
it only
I'm
means
pretty
fuck
sure
you.
it means fuck you. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. John, second nomination.
Second nomination. It feels like we've gone through a bunch.
Mayo
You know
chop is taken.
You know what? I'm going to throw out one that nobody else is going to have. So I'm going to say Miracle Whip, which is like a mayonnaise. But
disagree.
mayonnaise is, hold on, but
Holding.
mayonnaise is a little too gross sometimes. Miracle Whip adds that tangy zip of Miracle Whip. So it's got a little bit more sugar, and it's got a little less oiliness. I like
I'd say
it.
have a lot more sugar with Miracle Whip.
I think you shut your fucking
Yeah, you're right, John. Miracle Whip does have less oiliness, so it has this ability to jiggle like Jello, which
Yeah.
is very appealing to me.
as opposed to mayonnaise, which doesn't.
It does not. Not nearly as much.
Okay.
It just kind of melts when you put it down on something. Mike, sorry,
go on.
Raul, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm not personally. I've tried Miracle Whip and I've gone through the thing. I think every child or teen goes through where they're like, "Oh, I found some mayonnaise in this fridge," and then they put it on their sandwich and they're like, they bite into it and they're like, "This is not mayo. What
That's
has
right.
happened?" And
It's
it's just yeah.
way better than mayo.
I don't think so. On my part.
No, I've learned that there's sometimes where you have mayo as a kid and you're like, oh, this is so good. And then there's sometimes you have mayo as a kid, you're like, I feel physically ill. What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
And it turns out the times you feel physically ill, it was mayonnaise. And the times it was delicious, it was Miracle Whip.
That's fair. I don't actually like mayonnaise that much on its own. It has to be combined with a thing in the right way for me to like, oh, I'm unlocking the power of mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise is a weird thing because it's basically it's such a simple product, but since it's made with raw egg, like the fact that it's just raw egg mixed together with preservatives and then put in the fridge for like a long time. It's pretty gross. Like if you have a fresh aioli from a restaurant where they've just mixed it that day, you're mixing olive oil and eggs together.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's
delicious.
That stuff's so good. Yes.
But there's a reason aioli has a different name than a mayonnaise. Mayonnaise sounds like it's been sitting in a pile of itself.
Now, Tuong, where do you stand on this Miracle Whip
Lettuce.
thing?
on lettuce.
Yeah, I could do it. Yeah.
Miracle Whip on lettuce. I try it. Probably won't be good, but I try it. I'm pretty much down for anything. Miracle Whip. I actually don't know when the last time I had Miracle Whip is.
It's one of those for the purposes that you would normally like a mayo, which to me the biggest thing is a chicken sandwich.
Right.
I prefer Miracle Whip to that. So it goes great with chicken.
Okay.
So if you're making like a chicken salad,
Yeah.
or if you were doing probably a tuna salad. I personally don't like seafood, but same difference.
Yep.
It gives it gives it that consistency, but with a little zing, a tangy zip.
I'm not against Miracle Whip. It's just been a long time since I've had it. Now, Mike, I just assume you don't like this because it's close to mayonnaise.
I'm not even going to say I don't like it because I don't know that I've ever tried it.
You wouldn't like it.
I don't think so.
You would
That's
like
pretty
it better
honest,
than
John.
mayonnaise, but you won't like it.
Like, and I'm not even one.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm not a person who's like I hate that, and I refuse to try it. Like I keep trying to like mayonnaise because everyone loves it, and it's like always on. If you like somewhere where there's like little finger sandwiches or something, they always have like mayonnaise or any pre-made sandwich at like a gas station. I love those, but they always have mayonnaise. So I keep being like, maybe this time I'll like it.
They don't have mayonnaise on pre-made gas station sandwiches, do they?
If they're refrigerated, maybe.
Those turkey, like the turkey ones or whatever.
Yeah. I find they're usually dry because they haven't put stuff on it because they've only put butter or something. Anyway,
they haven't put enough. You're right.
Yeah.
So I keep trying to, and I don't know that it's ever going to happen. But I honestly don't know if I've had Miracle Whip or if I know the difference enough to even comment on it.
I think you would know the difference if you tried them back to back. But because you don't like ketchup. Like it's sort of the ketchup equivalent of mayonnaise, where it's like a sweeter version of mayonnaise.
And Tuong, you said you would be, you were neither here nor there with this Miracle Whip.
I remember liking it. It's just a thing that I haven't thought about buying in a long time. I guess like if I were to go to a store to buy mayonnaise versus Miracle Whip, I would buy mayonnaise, even though I don't use it very often. I use it to make like an egg salad. That's
Can I throw this out there? If you were to combine Miracle Whip and Sriracha into like a Sriracha,
yeah, okay,
I think that's gonna kick the ass of his ketchup and mayonnaise thing.
Mayo chup.
I won't stand for this.
Sriracha versus mayo chup.
I would try both of them. I'd try both of them.
Yeah.
Sriracha whip. No.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. Yeah.
Sriracha.
I got it. I like.
Figure it out anyway.
Yeah. Round 3, everyone. Round 3. Mike, I feel like this entire list you don't like. So hopefully.
I know. I was just thinking, like, this is so weird, and I feel like I'm coming off to your listeners as like this food, like this picky eater, which I'm not at all. But there's a few things I don't like, and it's like
it's all
Well, I think a lot of condiments, like sauces, are sort of mayonnaise based or ketchup based. So if you don't like those two, you're gonna hit a lot of. But I agree. I'm totally on your side, Mike. That mayonnaise-based things can be pretty gross.
Yeah.
Even if I like a mayonnaise.
Maybe you guys can help me with the medical issue that I have involving mayonnaise for some reason that I cannot understand. And is this something that's ever happened to any of you? Whenever I eat like something with like a lot of mayonnaise, if I bite into it, then I get this weird pain right here on the side under my neck. Under my chin.
You might be allergic to it.
Yeah, that might be it.
It sounds like you might be allergic to mayonnaise.
You might want to stop eating.
I never even considered that. So why?
Do you break out
People
in
like
hives,
this food.
perhaps? Like, do you turn red? Do you get sweaty?
Break out in hives and get all puffy, and then I need someone to stab me with a pen.
Yeah, you've just been confused this entire time why people love having pain in their throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't explain that to you, Mike. I'm sorry. I don't even know.
We're not doctors here.
I know none of you are doctors. But yeah, anyways, I guess that's just me. Okay, so...
round 3. We're going to round 3, the final round. I'm going to impress you all with this final nomination. I had one that was a little bit more simple, but I don't think it excites me. So
I think I made the same mistake last time. We're only doing 3 each?
We're only doing 3 each, and I was like, this one
I threw in Miracle Whip because I thought we had 5. God damn it.
No, sir. Yeah.
God damn it.
This one here is not the simple one because I'm like, you know what? Like, everyone's going to be on board with it, but it's just not one that I will give you that condiment boner you're all looking for.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And I'm here to give you a condiment boner right now. And this special condiment found in a very special tree, very Canadian. I am talking about something that is very, very sticky, not cum. We already said it's not cum.
Oh, wait, come on, don't be gross.
Don't be gross, even though I just talked about boners. We're talking about maple syrup.
Yeah.
Nomination.
That is definitely like thinking outside the what's the word? Bun?
Outside the bun.
Yeah.
I think what's the phrase? I can't
outside
even think of it.
Box.
Outside the box. Yeah.
Overrated.
I wouldn't think of it as a condiment. I wouldn't, but it is for sure. Is
it was one of the ones on one of the backup ones on my list. Because I think I agree that for the things you use it for, nothing else is acceptable.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, here's the thing. I will say the only thing that might be a little like to your favor that you can also go on, and that I've had it go on and accidentally, but I'm like, I'm into this, is when I have like pancakes and sausage,
Yeah.
and then a little bit of maple syrup hits that delicious sausage, and I bite into it. I'm like, this is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how you're acting like you discovered something.
Oh, this is normal. I shouldn't be weirded out about this.
Strap in, guys.
No,
I was
I think
putting maple
putting-
syrup on my sausage and a little got on my pancake, and wow.
Yeah, no, getting maple syrup on your bacon or sausage is a lot of people, that's their go-to.
I didn't know people
but I
actually
agree
do that. That's funny. I
Yeah,
had no
that's why
idea.
maple glazed bacon.
Oh my God. I was just going to bring that up because we were
Yeah.
fucking around with different types of bacon a couple years ago. And the maple glazed bacon is it's like
So good.
candy.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
You're
it's
just
candied. Yeah,
chewing
it's
into
sweet, yeah.
candy and it
Although
has
they-
that bacon crunch to it.
Depending on the brand you get, like if you get low quality maple bacon, where they've just sort of added a maple flavor and it's not like glazed, it's gross. It's like an artificial maple flavor. But I agree with you. God, I have opinions. I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. That's why you're on the podcast.
Yeah. Now, are we separating maple syrup versus like table syrup, like artificial maple syrup?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Or are we just going to put that as or is it a broad enough?
I feel like that's broad enough, but I mean, I'll give
But
it
like,
to the table.
who would eat table syrup over maple syrup? I feel like table syrup just exists because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
It
You're right.
does, but when you grow up having table syrup, like I prefer, depending on the brand, I prefer table syrup on my pancakes.
Oh.
I never knew there was a difference.
to
I
real
guess
maple
I never
syrup.
like compared
It's
them.
they taste very different, yeah.
Huh.
But
I gotta say,
one is just like sugary liquid, sugary. Table syrup is more sugary, I think.
Right.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mike.
I was gonna say, I gotta say, I recently bought a box of those maple syrup cookies. Those like that are shaped like a maple leaf.
Trefoils.
Those cookies are just so fucking good. Is there any
yeah.
better cookie? They're so good. It's unbelievable. I was like, I haven't had this since I was a kid. Maybe I'll try it out. And I was like, I'm eating these fucking Oreos like some kind of an animal when I could be eating these fucking cookies that are shaped like what they're made from. It's delicious.
Yeah. I think like maple syrup is a little bit more versatile than like I initially gave it credit for, because when you immediately think about like just pancakes, right? And maybe
Yeah.
sausage.
Yeah.
And like the other one was like the maple glazed bacon, but you can have it like in scones. You can have it with your Brussels sprouts, which we did the other day at home. Just put that in the oven with Brussels sprouts, and it just gives it this like
interesting.
amazing kick to it. Roasted vegetables, even some soups, fajitas, like so many different things you can use with syrup.
And even mixed drinks, like you can make cocktails with maple
Yeah.
syrup.
Yeah.
Wow.
I will find maple flavor, like it can be overdone and it
Yes,
can be a
yeah.
trendy thing. And I find it's similar to what I said about the bacon, like the artificial maple flavor can be sickeningly sweet, and it can be really like I'm not a big fan of those maple cookies that you like, Mike, because I don't really like maple desserts.
Right.
But I don't hate them, and I think your maple syrup's a bold choice. I fully support it.
Excellent. If you
'Cause
ever
I-
go to like a place that all they do is sell maple syrup and get one of those bad boys, like the good shit, like, because there's a lot of bad maple syrup up there.
Yeah, there is a lot of bad
For
maple
sure.
syrup.
But if you get like good maple syrup that's a little bit more expensive, like it's a whole new world out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, there's nothing more depressing than I woke up on a Saturday morning all cozy. You know what? I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to crack out some eggs. I'm going to get out some flour. I'm going to make myself some delicious pancakes. You cook them up. You put some butter on them. And you are out of syrup. And you have to throw those pancakes in the garbage.
It's true. Pancakes are nothing without maple syrup.
That's true. Yeah.
There is another topping you could use, which I just thought of it now, but it
Are you
is
gonna bring
good.
it up? It's your turn.
I don't.
Oh.
You know what? I
I'm not
I
gonna
want
use
to
it.
hear his suggestion, even though like, can we have him say it without it being his choice?
But what if someone else wants?
What
to
if
choose
someone
it?
else chooses it?
Oh Jesus!
You know what? I'll just write it down. I forget.
later.
I forget the format of the show. Is there like an honorable mentions
There
section
is
at
an
the end or
honorable
something?
mentions. Yes.
Great. So I'll hold on to it. I mean, I think you all might know what it is because it's fucking classic and everyone universally loves it.
Is it jam?
It's jizz. It's right. It's cum. Okay, so I'm going to. Is it my turn? Sorry.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, for the sake of the listener, can we please hear the definition of condiment again? You have it handy?
Yes. You want the whole definition again, or
Is it too long? I'm just
I
not.
could say it. I could say it. I'll
I'm
read
not
it
sure
quick.
this qualifies.
All right, I'm saying it again. A condiment is a spice, sauce, seasoning, or preparation that is added to food after cooking to impart a specific flavor, to enhance the flavor, or to complement the dish. A table condiment or table sauce counts, essentially.
Okay.
So after cooking.
Yeah. Okay. So if this doesn't count, then I'll have a backup. But what do you guys? How do you guys feel about a little substance? You know, we've said a lot of seasonings that you sprinkle, a lot of liquids that you pour, but no solids. Everyone's wondering, where's all the solids? Well, I came here. Your listeners are probably dying to know where all the solids are, and I got them. I'm gonna do a little substance, a little flavor enhancer called
my God.
cheddar cheese. Cheese. Put it on a sandwich. You put it on a burger. You put
Here's what
on nachos, whatever.
I would give you cheese sauce as a condiment.
But yeah,
But
I mean,
just
I
a slice of cheddar cheese, is that a condiment? Because it's a food in its own right. You just eat a slice of cheddar cheese.
Yeah, I don't know, because then we're opening up a weird door here. I'd like to hear from the rest of the table here. I'm
I feel
unsure.
like here. Go ahead, Raul.
I was just gonna say I can see what Mike's saying because, like, you know, you go to an Italian restaurant, they have like the cheese thing that you can add to stuff. So it's like cheese is a thing you can add to a meal.
Yes, but here's what I would say against it. It is the exact same thing as saying bacon. You know, you'd add bacon to the top of stuff to enhance the flavor.
Interesting.
But
yeah,
you're,
you're right.
you're
It is
giving
like
it
bacon bites or something. They're like, yeah.
yeah, and I don't think that's a condiment.
Because
Okay,
a lot of
yeah.
condiments, well, a lot of condiments, like you wouldn't eat them on their own, right? Like you're not gonna
Yeah.
just eat
A bowl of
salt,
ketchup.
yeah, or a bowl of mayo chop or whatever.
Yeah.
But cheese, you can just mow down on a whole plate of cheese, and that's not a problem.
I think that's fair to say because all of our substances so far that agrees with it has to be something you wouldn't just eat on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have a cheese sandwich, but if you're having a mayonnaise sandwich, then I think you need to take a big, long look at your life.
Yeah,
Wonder what's going
that
on.
sounds gross.
Yeah. No, I can get behind that. Yeah, if you can have a sandwich of just that topping, then I feel like it's maybe not a condiment; it's a food.
Right.
Cool. Okay, so I could pick a different thing then.
Yep.
Okay, I do have a backup. I have a couple of backups, but honorable mentions. Hanging on to them. Yeah, bacon. That's bacon. And no bodily functions, right? Okay.
Yep, no.
Yeah. Okay, great. I'm gonna go with. You know what? I'm not gonna win with this one, but it's been an important thing in my life lately. It I think counts as a condiment. I only discovered it recently, and it's changed my world. There's a little thing called liquid smoke. Does anyone know that?
That's gross. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's for making jerky. It's like a jerky flavor, right?
No, not exactly. I mean, it's literally what it is. It's like it's made by like they burn wood, and then they have like a kind of a metal container on top, and then the smoke kind of goes into the top, and it condenses, and then the condensation drips down, and it's literally like liquefied smoke. And so because condo living and it's pandemic, I'm stuck in home, and I don't have access to a barbecue. But I want that barbecue flavor, and you just put a couple drops of this like concentrated smoke flavor into like some ground beef, and like you just taste like it came off of a barbecue. And you can put it in any meat. You can put it in any. It's you use it before, like as you're preparing. It's not like a condiment. If you put it on your food, it would be extremely overpowering. It's like you just need a few drops of it.
Yeah.
But it's great, and it's changed my life. Changed it.
So you put it on while you're cooking.
Yeah, you put it in as you're preparing.
It doesn't. I want to give it to him though, Raul, but I agree it doesn't qualify.
I'm so close. I was so on board with. I feel the same way. I was like so on board with like yes, because I've had liquid smoke and it's actually really good. It gives it that everything that Mike just said, like ribs. It's like so good. But because our definition says added to food after cooking to enhance the flavor, and you're saying that it tastes, it would be inappropriate to put it on a thing after. It feels like it wouldn't work, right?
Do you want one of mine, Mike? Because I really fucked up with my first two choices.
No, I got a list here. I got a big list.
Okay. I'm very upset with. really thought we had 5. So my first 2, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the group of favor and pick ones that I know are not going to win, but nobody else is going to say ketchup and waste a choice. So I'll say ketchup. I'm just so upset.
I'll go with one that I know we can all agree on. This is on the top of my list. It's a little basic, but it's delicious. So many people love it. I think pretty well loved. You might even say that you put that shit on everything.
Oh.
Frank's Red Hot sauce, just standard Frank's Red Hot. Simple. It's basic. But it's got a good flavor. It's a lot better than Tabasco or these a lot of other hot sauces. It's got a little bit of flavor to it. It's also 0 calories, which I'm factoring caloric value into all of my decision making today because I am doing my Fitness Pal and I've lost 9 big old poundies.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he put on 8 pounds of hair.
So yeah, Frank's Red Hot.
Frank's Red Hot, I'm glad you brought it up. My partner Laura, she was essentially just being like, you gotta put Frank's Red Hot sauce on this thing. You have to. And I like Frank's Red Hot sauce. I don't think it's that hot.
No,
I think
it's not.
It's
much
not, but that's
less
why it's
hot
good.
than sriracha.
Yeah, it's salty though, and so it adds a nice mix of salt and hot.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was gonna say. For me personally, and I know a lot of hot sauces do this for preservation reasons, but for me, it's overly vinegary. And it's almost like it's vinegar and spice as opposed to any other flavor for me. And so it's like so for me, not a fan.
See, to me, vinegary is and mustard is the same, very vinegary. So sriracha too, I think. But I think vinegar is magic because it gives a little tang, a little zip. But it also, again, 0 calories. So if you have a vinegar-based sauce, it's going to be very low calorie. You're going to get a lot of flavor and not a lot of, you're not going to pack on those pounds, my man.
You just got to eat good.
Yep. I said it. Took the words right out of my mouth.
I do like Frank's Red Hot as well. It's just not my go-to, but there is a time and place for Frank's, I think.
I used to be super into hot sauce. Not super in, but you know what I mean? Like I'd go out and I'd get hotter, and I built up my tolerance. And I've noticed lately, particularly this year, like it was my hot sauce tolerance was already dropping. But now that I've lived in COVID times for it seems like a decade, and I'm only making my own food or ordering in bland food, even sriracha's a little too hot for me. So I find it's Frank's Red Hot, still delicious.
Yep.
It's good.
It is good. It is good. And, it just gives just a very mild heat to the thing, which is probably the best aspect of it, because you do want like that entry level hot sauce that anybody can enjoy to give it that little zing, because a lot of people are turned off by hot sauces.
Exactly. And it's not, and you do need it. Exactly. You need an entry level thing. People get this, they get into it, and then if they love it and they add more and they go, I'm added to, you can get a new hotter sauce.
Yeah,
you open up your palate. You're opening up that palate, aren't you?
Opening it up, you get into hot ones, you start buying their sauces, right?
Now, what I'm hearing is this is more of a stepping stone hot sauce.
But it's also more versatile, Raul. It appeals to more people. It can be put on more things because it's not as strong.
Do you put that shit on everything?
I would, and I don't.
But he would, and that's the point.
But if I had a choice between plain lettuce or lettuce with Frank's Red Hot sauce,
I do put Frank's Red Hot on a lot of stuff. I do. Yeah. It is a good go-to, again, because it's just, it's always there. You always got a bottle of it. And if you put it on whatever you're eating, it's probably going to be better.
I've had many diets in my life. And one of the times I tried, not the Subway diet, but I ate a lot of Subway, just getting salads from there when I was doing no carbs.
Because you said you were always saying about how Jared really inspires you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to do everything
Jared
he's
does
done.
inspires
you. I'm shooting a documentary right now of Jared's life. A lot of the people are played by 30-year-olds, but they wear diapers.
That's good.
That's good stuff, man.
It's colorblind casting. It's great.
Yes. What I would do to avoid was just Frank's Red Hot on a salad, with chicken from Subway, and I find that that's a good enough on a salad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would take that. I'm sorry, I'm very distracted by your Jared documentary.
I know.
I can't wait to watch it. I guess I'm very curious about it. But
what's it called?
It's oh no, what is it called?
I'm gonna give you. I'll start. I'll give you a start. Maybe you could incorporate like. No, never mind.
Nobody want to walk into that one.
And it's like it truly made me forget what your ultimate condiment point was completely.
Okay, let's move on. Raul, what condiment are you going to nominate that is, also affiliated with Jared?
Well, okay, let's see here. Can I dip my finger into asking the room here on a certain vegetable and how they feel about it before I say pick one here for my list as this last one?
I think that might be giving.
Is that cheating?
Well,
what do you wait?
What do you just like?
I mean,
what's the vegetable? Just tell us. Just tell us.
If you're gonna pick onions, but we're all allergic to onions, then it's that.
I mean, we're all a fan of garlic, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, garlic is killer.
Well, then how about easier form of garlic that you don't have to keep pressing with a machine to get all crunched up? It's so annoying. Why don't you just get some garlic dip? Delicious, creamy garlic dip. Mm-hmm. And you put on your pizzas.
Oh, you mean a mayonnaise-based dip?
That is what he means. He means mayonnaise with a lot of garlic added. Yeah.
It's completely different. It's a completely different ballgame.
I like garlic dip. I like the pizza one that you can get. Like that's my go-to garlic dip that I think about.
I agree, actually. Yeah.
Is that like the ballpark you're thinking about? That type of
is what I'm thinking
dip?
about.
Okay.
Totally.
I like a garlic dip. And that's my final word on the subject. No,
that might be the most positive review we've gotten.
I think that it's not as versatile as it could be, and I think it's hampered by mayonnaisiness. I think if you've just gone with like a garlic oil or something that could be added to another dip, you can use it on more things. But it's good.
Papa John's. So all the pizza places always have that creamy garlic dip that you're talking about. Mm-hmm. Papa John's gives you, and I also don't really like this, but I think it's better. But the garlic butter, it's just melted butter with garlic that you can dip your crusties in, and that's really good. Or good. It's something. It's something. It's there.
I'll take that as a point for mine. Yeah, sure.
I think our problem is we got all these things that you can only. What's better? Something that is perfect for the one use that it has,
or versatile,
or something that's versatile. Yeah, but you could do without it.
But we could let future us decide that later.
That's true.
I do like garlic dip though, but I can see the concern that it's only can use.
I dip some wings into it.
And pizza.
Pizza.
It's so good on pizza for sure. That's for sure. But we have one final nomination. John, don't fuck it up.
I'm so angry. Is there any chance I could just take ketchup off and replace it?
Nope.
Why did you guys do this to me again?
I mean, I sent you. You've been on the show.
I know. And you sent me the whole list, and I started reading it, and I went, I know this.
Why is Tongue sending me this? I know this.
Fuck.
That's funny. Your list had to have been pretty good because now you're struggling between two really good ones, I assume.
Yeah. I had Buffalo. This is not on the list.
Is this honorable mentions though?
Yeah, we'll
then we should mention it after, right?
We'll save it.
And that's another thing. Honorable mentions should be now.
No.
At the end, who gives a shit?
We all give a shit.
Before John's answer.
Before we started recording, what was the last thing? I apologized to you for last time for being angry at your format, and I'm immediately back to angry at your format.
And I said it was okay. Okay.
It really honorable. If we're not going to let me put things in, we should do honorable mentions now.
No, because I want you to live with your choices.
That's fair enough. So I won't mention blue cheese right now. Save that for honorable mentions.
Save it for honorable mentions. I'm bleeping that out, but I won't.
It's a real shame. He should have picked that. He should have picked that one because that would have been a sweet
I've been pretty
shame.
Good, but,
I know it is.
Too bad it's honorable mentions.
This is a toughie stuffy, right? I am going to go with gravy.
Oh,
Ooh,
Gravy.
That's thinking outside the bun.
Speaking of Canada, could you have poutine if you did not have gravy? You could not
true.
have a poutine.
Yeah, but cheese too. So
Cheese too.
More fries.
Here's the thing: if you had just gravy and fries, and they didn't have cheese curd, it would still hit the poutine spot.
it's true. If I
Yeah,
didn't have
you're
hot
right.
gravy on those fries and I just had cold
Just had cheese curds.
cheese curds, I would be disappointed. Very
You'd
much
be
so.
upset.
Yes.
And where are we in society about whether or not it's okay to do French Canadian accents?
Oh no, they're less than human. It's okay.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Gravy. I love this, and I'm gonna encapsulate all gravy because that's easier that way. Because there's so many
Yeah.
different types of gravy, obviously, whatever. But you get the point. It's gravy.
Yeah, I think it's similar to barbecue sauce. You pick the one that goes with the thing. You know,
You ever had that weird white gravy they have in the South, the
I
sausage
have.
gravy? It's so strange. They put on biscuits, and it tastes fine, I guess, but it just looks so strange. It's white. It's like white.
yeah, it's
and
basically
gloopy.
making a gravy with like lard and pepper rather than drippings from a meat. So it's like not
Right.
turkey flavored.
Yeah.
It's just a pepper flavored gravy, so you can get your salt and fat on your biscuit. It's weird, Mike. I agree.
I've never heard of that, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
I love gravy. Like I don't know, it just tastes fucking good. Like on basically anything it's on. I love a
Yeah.
turkey gravy sandwich. I love it on mashed potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Have it on any meat essentially, and it's still
There's-
gonna be good.
Yeah, I agree. It's you can have turkey dinner without gravy, but I'd be disappointed. And if it covers up some flaws too, like if you've overcooked that turkey,
Oh, yeah.
and it's dry, if you don't have gravy, you may as well kill yourself.
But you can have ranch.
Ranch. You can put some
I swear to God, if my aunt put ranch on the turkey, I might slap her.
Oh, wow, dude. It's a bit extreme. It's extreme.
No, I don't like my aunt.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
She's actually, she's actually a violent criminal.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Where does the rest of the group stand on gravy? I feel like I already know, but let's just hear it.
It's good. Can't go wrong with gravy. It's good.
Yeah.
It enhances things.
You can sort of put it. It's not for everything, but
Yeah.
there's no replacement for it.
It is it's not a versatile thing, but yeah, you're right. It is
It's delicious.
the thing. It is the thing you put on mashed potatoes. It is the thing you put on like a turkey or something to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you run out of maple syrup, it's probably fine on a pancake.
Honestly, it probably would be fine on a
Yeah.
pancake.
You know what?
You get that salty sweet. That'd be
There
pretty
are
good,
things I
actually.
wouldn't try if I ran out of syrup. I would try that. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because you put it on like you say, for a southern biscuit, you put it on a nice butter biscuit,
Yeah.
sausage.
Yeah.
By the way, I sent
Gravy.
in the chat here if you guys want to see what this southern gravy looks like.
All right, let's
Yeah.
see it. Let's see it.
It does look weird.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It looks very strange. It's like clumpy and has like
Doesn't
big lumps in
Look
it.
like gravy.
If I was given it as something else, I might be like, yeah, I'm interested in trying this. But because they have established it is gravy, I have a different idea of what I'm expecting in my head.
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
You wouldn't hate it, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd hate it, but it is definitely weird and cornstarchy.
But it's like in the South, it's like that's gravy. Like that's like
That's crazy.
they love it.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it. Everyone loves it. But like we just don't have it up here.
yeah, because that sausage gravy, which is the same thing, they make a white gravy with chopped up bits of the sausage from
Right.
the pan left over, rather than you'd have drippings from a turkey, drippings from a. I should stop saying drippings. It's going to gross some people out.
Well, I was gonna say too, like, I mean, even that gravy, it's like, could you imagine if it's because it's not a normal gravy? Because if you could imagine any piece of media where they're like, you want some gravy on the mashed potatoes, and they pour like the gravy out and it just starts coming out as white clumps, you'd be like, oh, this is a David Cronenberg film I'm watching.
Yeah, exactly. But
they
it's like expired milk or whatever, like just dripping on your potatoes. I don't love it. But hey, we have our list of 12 over here. We have a great list of 12, although I would say John's nominations, could have done better on the ketchup thing, personally.
Yeah,
Some blue cheese would have been great.
Real missed
so
opportunity.
long as we realize that Miracle Whip's going to win.
Well, I don't know about that, but let's take a break. When we're back, we're going to rank top 5 condiments. We'll be back. Order number 5. Order number 5. Order number 5.
Guys, just let me do this. Let me order for all of us, okay?
All right.
I'm gonna order
Here
for
we go.
all
He
of
always
us.
orders for all
I'm
of
gonna
us.
order for all of us. Can we get Mike a big pile of onion?
Dummy, dummy, num num.
Can we get Raul just a ranch bowl of ranch?
Ranch. That's a weird thing, but
And
I'll write it down.
for me, what I love is anything you have from Amazon.com. But you know what? I don't want it just from Amazon. I'd love it if we could, fund the Pod Cavern in some way. Is there some way I could click an affiliate link and then get the thing that I'm ordering from you from Amazon through them?
The Pod Cavern affiliate link. You guys know about the Pod Cavern affiliate link where you click on it, it costs you no extra money and a little kickback goes to the Pod Cavern. Is that the link you're talking about?
Everyone knows about the Pod Cavern affiliate link, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, give me it. You know
Get
what?
our food
Fuck
and
you.
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, grab Raul. You get him. Pull him over this counter.
She's so mad.
Kick him.
I'm
Kick
gonna
him.
fucking get him. Oh.
Next time, instead of trying to sell us random condiments from this counter you set up on the side of the road, click the affiliate link and buy your Amazon stuff through Pod Cavern. Hey, it's me from the future. Guys,
Marty!
if you're trying to buy a ranch full of ranch, make sure you buy it through Amazon.com, through Pod Caverns. Oh no, I'm dying! Run for it, Marty!
Podcavern.com.
Top five.
Hey everyone, we are back. We are just soaked and dripping, full of all the condiments. We needed to test them all during the break. How do you guys
was
feel?
I supposed to soak in them?
You're supposed to soak in
I
them.
may not have used the break properly. I just went to the washroom and came back. I'm
John?
so sorry.
John, do we have to take another break?
Yeah, we better take another quick break.
Okay, we'll be back, everyone. Okay, we are back, John.
Oh,
How
I
do you
almost
feel?
drowned.
I'm back from the future.
Everyone, we have a top 12 list of condiments. We have condiments from all over, a lot of mayo-based ones, which...
Yeah, Raul really has a broad
Raul,
variety.
you really...
You can see his diet in his list. All white mayonnaise-based sauces that could replace
Holy
each
shit,
other.
Raul. Yeah, you really did narrow yourself into a corner of mayonnaise that I don't like.
I'm doing great. It's my blood has never been thicker, and what they always say is it makes the arteries expand and then clears them up.
Yeah.
Mayo is in a lot of ways, I think we're realizing, is the Last Jedi of condiments.
Okay, all right, okay.
Except that we all love Last Jedi. And none of us are on board with Raul.
Oh yeah, right.
I like Raul's picks, but they are all mayo. But let's just list them out real
I
quick
had
for the
no
people.
idea my list was like this.
I'm looking forward to your honorable mentions after. Okay, so what we have is sriracha, yellow mustard, Hidden Valley Ranch, ketchup, basil pesto, barbecue sauce, mayo chup, Miracle Whip, maple syrup, Frank's Red Hot sauce, garlic dip, and gravy.
The list isn't as bad as I thought. I'm just upset that we don't have blue cheese on here.
You know what? You're not supposed to say that word yet.
I don't care. I don't give a shit. Honestly, any one of Raul's white creamy sauces could be easily replaced with blue cheese. And
I don't think so.
You're right. Mayo chup wins.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah, exactly.
In the great condiment off between blue cheese and mayo chup.
Okay, so we have to obviously whittle this
I'm
down
sorry.
to
I hate to cut you off. One more quick thing.
John, tell me.
Raul, if you could have lettuce covered by mayo chup or blue cheese.
When
You
blue
choose
cheese
mayo
is
chup.
You want to go here? Mayo chup.
Okay, I'm
mayo
sorry.
chupping
I
all
didn't-
over that
I'm
thing.
sorry for cutting you
Blue
off.
cheese. What's happening with this cheese? Is this cheese sick? Is this cheese okay? I don't know, and I don't trust it.
And you know what?
I don't know why.
You know what? And it's not. Maybe it's not the same, but I'm gonna lump it together anyways. But we already disqualified cheddar cheese earlier with Mike. So blue cheese, it's another cheese.
Thin ice, John.
Well, I guess I meant blue cheese sauce, like a dressing.
Okay, well that's different. But also
I
you didn't
apologize.
nominate it, so it doesn't count.
No, it doesn't matter.
And also, he bleeped out every time you said blue cheese.
That's right. That's right. We got to whittle this down to a top 5. What we're going to do is we're going to go around starring nominations for further consideration. Of course, there is a bunch of condiments we definitely missed. Not a lot of table condiments, it turns out. But you know what? Whatever. Doesn't matter. It's our list. So,
What exactly are table condiments? Like, what do you
like pepper
consider?
or like a chili flakes or like a oregano or like a Parmesan shaker or like what else?
So something that you would have sitting on the table when you sit down at the restaurant. It's already sitting.
Well, yeah, and I would also say like some of the dips that we have might be considered a table sauce or table condiment, you know, like if you're dipping a chip into a thing, you're not
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Mike, do you want to star a nomination that isn't your own for further consideration?
Yeah, I mean, kind of easy for me. Kind of easy. I'm gonna go mayo chup. No, I'm just kidding. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Quite the heel turn there.
Yeah. I'm gonna go sriracha.
Yeah. All right. Sriracha is starred. Raul, do you want to star one?
Mayo chup.
That
one that is not yours.
One of your own, Raul.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Forgot. Okay, I'm gonna go. Where's John's stuff? You know what? I'm gonna go ketchup.
All right. Wow. There you go. Ketchup wasn't a bad idea, then, John. John, what do you got?
Wait, that's what we were doing? Sorry. I'm going to
choosing the worst one.
I'm gonna go maple syrup.
So you're not starring ketchup. Okay. John, what do you have?
I'm gonna go yellow mustard. I like Mike's yellow mustard. Spoilers. I like yellow mustard.
Yellow mustard's good. I like yellow mustard too. And I'm surprised some of these other mustards didn't make the list. But
I'm very surprised. I was fully expecting to be competing with other mustards.
I think yellow is the best mustard. I think there are other. I hate Dijon mustard, and anybody that likes it can fight me.
I will fight you in the honorable mentions, which is why, again, we have it at the end of the show, John.
So you can have all the discussion at the end?
Don't you do this to me.
Don't you forget about me.
I'm going to throw you a bone because it's going to be soaked in gravy.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah.
So we've all got one. Oh, no, you're done.
Not yet. Okay. I like to star by not starring one of our own, but at this point I want it to be an open floor. If you really want to fight for one of yours with like a burning passion, now's the time. Raul, we're going to start with you. Do you actually want to star mayo chup? Or you can star anything else too.
Here's the thing. I won't, because it's a losing battle. I know how the room feels. I can tell. But I can pick someone else's.
You can pick any of yours or anything.
I'm going to pick gravy. John's gravy is a great choice.
But I just picked gravy.
Oh, you did? Right, of course. I will pick, in that case, mayo chop.
Okay. So
I go for the Hail Mary.
You're bringing me through an emotional roller coaster. Truly. John, is there anything else that you want to star?
I would pick Hidden Valley Ranch or Garlic Dip if they weren't both there. You know what I mean? He split my vote between two great ones. So I guess I'm going to have to go with Frank's Red Hot.
Okay. All right. So we have a couple starred now. Now, Mike, do you feel like anything else should be talked about in this discussion here for further consideration?
Well, I wouldn't mind having a little talk about barbecue sauce.
Okay.
I feel like we've all just glossed over it. I mean, I guess I got 2 stars, so I don't need to push it. But I mean, barbecue sauce.
You have a strong list, Mike. It's almost like you didn't forget in your first 2 choices what the fuck we're doing.
Okay, so I'm going to star 2 more, and I think we're good here because we basically starred the entire list. But I think we should have the discussion on ketchup because it's there. Raul, out of all the 3 that you have, I like mayo chup the least. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm thinking. Like if I had to I do like the idea of one of these on the list perhaps, but I think my heart is garlic dip.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
I think. John?
Sure.
Okay, I'm just going to start for now. And what we have started is a lot, but I'll read it. Sriracha, maple syrup, yellow mustard, barbecue sauce, Frank's Red Hot sauce, mayo chup, garlic dip, ketchup, and gravy. That's 9 starred. That's way too much. We got to cut 4. The
So
ones that weren't starred are basil pesto, Hidden Valley Ranch, and Miracle Whip. Are we okay with those guys leaving?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Yes.
so.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
I think
Bye,
all 3
Felicia.
of those are very good for what you use them for.
Yeah.
None of them are versatile, I would
Yeah.
say. And any one of them, if you had to leave it off, I'd be fine.
Yeah, I'm not
know
going to
what I-
fight too hard for the
Yeah,
other ones,
I
even
would-
though I do like them.
I like Hidden Valley Ranch fine if you put it on a salad or if you put it as a dip. But if you gave me some other salad dressing or some other dip, I'd be equally fine with it.
Right.
So,
Okay. So how about we'll go around of locks right now. So I'm just going to say the nomination, your gut reaction. Is it a lock for the top 5? It's not binding. It's just a way for us to kind of navigate the conversation. So here we go. Is sriracha a lock or no lock?
not for me. But I can see that it would be for the rest of the world.
As long it has to be unanimous. So if it's not for you, we'll move on. Is maple syrup a lock?
No.
Not for me.
Not for
Not for
you.
me. So many of the things has to be like a product that happens to have maple syrup as opposed to
Yeah.
adding maple syrup to the thing.
Drizzling it
Okay.
on top, yeah.
Fair. Is yellow mustard a lock?
I think it's a lock.
I think it's a lock.
I think it's a lock for me.
I don't know if you know this. There's 0 calories.
It's no counts, dude.
I would lock yellow mustard. How about barbecue sauce?
It might be, yeah, because we've made it so versatile.
Yes, I would lock barbecue
I
sauce.
think it got a lock. Barbecue sauce.
I'll lock it.
Lock it.
You're gonna? It's a whole cuisine you're cutting out if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank's Red Hot sauce, I would say for me it's not a lock, so we can move on for that, at least for now.
Yeah.
Fair
Mayo chup,
It's
lock
a
or
lock.
no lock?
Lock.
It's a lock.
I mean, I almost feel like I should abstain or something because it's not fair. Like, I just don't like mayonnaise, so I'm not really going to pick any of these.
Is there any chance that you could run out right now, go buy some mayonnaise and ketchup, mix them together,
And then soak yourself in it.
taste it?
In the midst of a pandemic, going to the grocery store for very important reasons. Buy food I don't like and don't want in my home. No, I think I'll have to look at it from a different angle of not whether or not I would like it, but whether it's like an important condiment. And I would still say no. So,
Yeah, that's reasonable. I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
but like ketchup, maybe I could get on board with because I know everyone likes it and it's super important and people dip it in French fries and everything.
Yeah.
So it's like even though I don't like it, I feel like ketchup's a lot.
There are people that wouldn't eat French fries without ketchup, for example.
True.
Yeah.
Where I don't personally agree. I like it, but I like other things too, so I can.
Okay.
But moving
So,
on.
Garlic dip, is that a lock? Probably not, it sounds like.
I don't think it's a lock, but it is good.
I'm gonna lock it.
Oh, I'm gonna lock it.
I think that when you're ordering, again, I don't eat it, but when you're ordering pizza, everyone, and it's for one very specific thing, but everyone always loves that for their crust. It almost it makes your pizza experience, at least what I see in other people. And I'm very empathetic. I look around. I'm a people watcher. I care.
What about
I
this?
love. I feel your love. And I see that people love this sauce, and it makes their day to have that with their pizza.
Is this the same as the garlic dip that you would get on a falafel?
Do you like that?
It's probably
Yeah.
similar,
Then
but I
yes.
don't know if it's the same. Let's say it's close enough.
It's so that that would include, right? So if you were going to have Lebanese cuisine with garlic dips,
Yeah.
Or like on shawarma.
that's this.
Well,
Yes.
that's the thing, because I'm so close with you on that, but because shawarma specifically has a specific type of garlic dip.
That's what I mean. Is that
and
it's
that
very
has a
similar to
different
this.
name.
Does it?
Yeah,
Isn't it
it's
just
Tuong.
garlic dip?
Yeah, there's
Oh.
Tuong.
I mean, yeah, right. They're yeah.
I didn't
And-
know it had a name.
So I'm a little torn because part of me, and one of our friends of the show also, was fighting really hard for Tuong on their own personal list when we were just talking about it on the side here. I don't know. Do we want to include all the other garlic dips? Because if it makes the nomination more interesting, maybe we have it on here for like a better discussion.
Here's the thing. I think it's so similar.
I think it's pretty similar.
Crazy to not put them together just because it has a different name but I think it's made the same way.
Generally speaking, I'd say I put it under the same umbrella of garlic.
Yeah.
Type of viscous thing like that.
Okay, so like we're encompassing like different types of garlics. You know what? That's probably the right way to go with it, just to make it.
In which case, to make it A, fair, and B, because I mean it's the same thing as. I have no examples here. I mean, if we're including all different types of barbecue sauce as one.
Yes, I see.
Right, what are we even discussing?
So this is garlic.
All different types of garlic dip are one.
Well, I guess, is there a difference between garlic dip and garlic sauce? Like, not that much, right? Like,
I would say not that much.
Okay, so let's just say it's garlic sauce.
Yeah,
there you go.
There it is.
Then I think it's probably a lock.
Yeah,
because it's multiple cuisines.
I would take that.
Unless
but Mike, you still wouldn't.
No, I'm gonna.
He said he would.
I'm gonna lock it. Yeah, for me personally, it depends.
Pop it and lock it. Okay.
I'm gonna lock it on behalf of other people because you know what? It's not all about me.
You're empathetic. You've gone through this. Yeah.
On behalf of Salt and Pepper.
Yeah, when you've walked into pizza shops just to sit there and watch people eat, you've noticed that people really enjoy it.
Yeah, he's a people watcher.
Yeah. It's weird you still do that during the pandemic. You won't go out for mayo chop, but you will go out to stare at people eating.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is a lonelier stare.
Yeah, he's like a regular like K-Pax type of deal where he walks around like, his hands kind of parted like touching people while he walks by.
Really good reference to a movie that no one remembers, starring the most hated man in Hollywood.
And that's why I did it.
I do that. I go up to, in restaurants, I go up to people and I find people when they're eating alone and I say, is anyone sitting here? And then I sit across from them at the table and I stare at them without blinking. And I watch them eat. So
and therefore you're locking garlic sauce.
Very empathetic. Yeah, garlic dip locked in.
Wow. Okay.
Garlic dip locked in.
Ketchup.
Yeah, I lock ketchup too because I feel like it is like
ubiquitous.
If you point up to if you point to anyone on the street and say name a condiment, 90% of people are going to say ketchup.
If we were doing Family Feud, it would for sure have over 60.
That's true.
It would be ketchup would be number one on the list.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's lock it to talk about it.
Let's see ketchup.
Lock it to talk.
Lock it to talk. And do we lock to talk gravy? Because I would fuck with some gravy.
I'm gonna lock. Gravy. I'm gonna lock gravy.
Let's lock it. If we're just locking to talking, let's lock a grok.
All right.
Gravy.
I'm on the fence with gravy, but I'm gonna go with the group and lock it.
I was convinced of gravy. I thought it would only be like one thing I could put it on, but as it went on, and there were a lot of good examples as to what gravy could go on.
We've actually locked a ton of shit.
Yeah, we might have locked too many.
So here we go. We actually might have locked 5, which has never happened before. So let's kind of review that. Yellow mustard was locked. Barbecue sauce was locked. Garlic sauce was locked. Ketchup was locked. And gravy was locked, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But it kind of leaves out some pretty big hard hitters.
Wait, did we not lock sriracha?
No. I would love to lock sriracha.
I think we could go back and lock sriracha in.
Over.
I don't know. But I mean, I think I was the only holdout on sriracha, right?
I would lock sriracha in a heartbeat. That's like my number one.
But I think the only reason we didn't is because it was the first one, and I said, maybe not. So I think we should lock that in, because in the same way that Mike is allowing garlic dip for the rest of the world, people would hate me and burn me in effigy if I excluded sriracha. I think it's definitely good, and
is good.
People love it, and the people that love it can't do without it.
Yeah,
I think we lock sriracha.
I'm lost without it. Mike, Raul, do you want to lock sriracha?
I'm okay with it.
I'm solid with it. Yeah, between Frank's Red Hot and sriracha, I'd pick sriracha.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because I think that is one of the fights, right? Frank's Red Hot versus sriracha. And John, I know you feel really strong about Frank's.
I'd pick Frank's over the two.
Yep.
But I
pick sriracha.
Honestly, hot sauce, I can sort of do whatever you have around, with the exception of I don't like Tabasco. And I know that that's like the old-timey 1950s one that some places just have, and I think it's pretty useless. It just doesn't have a good flavor.
It's not much of anything, and it comes with a really inconvenient bottle.
Yeah. Like, I'd rather have no hot sauce than have Tabasco, I think.
All right.
Yeah, that is a tough one. Sriracha and Frank's. Sriracha, I think, is like more flavorful, right? It has like it's garlic, it's sweet, it's more calories. You know, Frank's is 0 calories. So, let's not forget about that.
Yeah, Frank's is more salt and vinegar with some hot in it, but it's good.
But it's too vinegary.
That's the thing. I feel like I'm getting more vinegar than hot sauce. I'd rather
What
just
the
put on
hell's
vinegar.
wrong with vinegar?
Nothing. That's why. Let's put vinegar
shut
on.
up.
Let's lock in vinegar, John.
You know what? What bothers me
Vinegar-
about Frank's, and I like Frank's Red Hot. It's sauce. It's fine, but like, it's very messy. It's very liquidy. So when you pour it on a thing, I feel like it kind of gets everywhere.
It does
the bottle
splash around a bit,
doesn't. It's not made in a way like.
Although-
I kind of almost wish it was like.
I
had a
will say
funnel.
this. In the way that, you know how we were talking about sriracha gets crusty at the top and it's gross?
Yeah.
Frank's, because it's liquidier, it does kind of get that crusty at the top, but the crusty is delicious because it's just salt. So when you if you like flake it off, you can just eat that crusty part, and it's good.
Well, that is very gross.
Or just put your mouth on top of it and then start licking it out. Like
If it's my bottle, I'll do what the fuck I want to.
Yeah, fair enough. You have like your bottle and the guest bottle when someone comes over.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm on Team Sriracha. If we have to battle between the two hot sauces, which I think we should. So, John, your team, Frank's.
Yeah.
If you had to choose, Raul, team,
Sriracha.
and Mike.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. I mean, I think Sriracha has more flavors and a more interesting profile.
Yeah, there you go.
But when what my go-to, Frank's is delicious and it's more of a go-to, more of a staple. You know, Sriracha is a little more like, oh, it's different and it's good in certain situations, but Frank's is good on like everything all the time. So I gotta go with Frank's. I mean, it's close for me. It's very close.
I feel the same way, except with Sriracha.
Yeah, I just feel bad because I think more people feel that way about Sriracha than do about Frank's. And it's just a weird panel that Mike and I feel that way more about Frank's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
So
I feel like that
I'm
old
willing
lady...
to concede.
Would you like to call a friend, Tuong?
Yeah, sure.
I will allow you to call a friend.
Ooh, okay.
Split the
see where
deadlock.
My dog's available. No, not available. Sorry.
What's your dog? Can I guess your dog's name? Is it Bucky?
No, actually, that's this is
Is it Bunky?
not
Good
important,
guess.
but
I
that
know
was
you
the
like
guess,
Captain.
Mike.
I know you love Captain America, so I thought maybe you'd like Bucky.
Honestly, that was the second choice for the name. So there you go. But not.
What did you call it? Call him or her?
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, the Winter Soldier. His name's Captain Meatball, so that is his name.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
That's very good.
Thank you. But we're not ranking dog names. We're ranking hot sauces, but more specifically condiments. If John, are you willing to concede Frank's for
I'm
Sriracha?
willing to concede Frank's to get Sriracha on the list, I think.
Okay.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Cool. All right.
Failure to John. Great, good. And one for us.
That means the other two, and I'm just seeing how this list is starting to form here. Maple syrup and mayo chup are still starred, but they didn't have the support for it.
I can't
I think at this
imagine.
point I can leave maple syrup out of it.
I think so. I think it's delicious, but I think we can leave it out.
I mean, yeah, I love maple syrup on pancakes, but yeah, I mean, I don't. For me, I don't ever see myself voting for it to win.
Too limited.
Yeah.
Too limited is what
It's
you can
too
do with it.
limited.
Okay.
It's too limited.
Too limited.
Too limited.
What has unlimited power? Mayo chup.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say about mayo chup. I'm going to take Raul's words and use them against him. In the same way that he said, hey, Frank's is too vinegary. Why don't you just have vinegar? Mayo chup is the combination of two things. Why don't you just have ketchup? Or why don't you just have mayonnaise?
I don't think that applies.
Nobody said it in a funny voice, so it's.
So it works.
Hold on. You thought it was funny, though, right?
It was so funny, man. Oh man,
you
I'm
burned
gonna
me.
be cracking off.
And just to be sure, that was a Raul impression that you were doing, John.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a little racist, if I have to say.
Maybe just a little. I think you're right, Raul, from the beginning, that you probably won't get the support you need for mayo chup. So
I won't. But I've accepted that.
You've accepted that. Let's get rid of it. So we almost have our list. We have sriracha, yellow mustard, barbecue sauce, garlic sauce, ketchup, and gravy. That's 6 locked, but we actually just need to cut 1 off the list.
Right. Oof.
I'm going to vote out. I'm going to throw my vote out to vote out mustard
Wow.
Whoa.
from that list.
Wow.
Wow. Yes. John, is there one that you'd vote out?
I don't know. Hold on.
Mike, do you have one? We can come back to you, John, in a second.
Yeah, come back to me in a second.
For me, I think we were all kind of a little bit on the fence with garlic dip.
Yeah.
And you know, and we opened it up a little bit to try to make room for it. But still, is it going to win? Does it have a chance of winning the best condiment? I don't know.
I have one that's crazy that you might. I'm very curious where this room would be if I say it. I'm going to say it right now. I don't know why I'm building it up, but I am. And here it is. Ketchup.
Yeah.
Here's my reasoning. Well, Mike, first of all, you hate it, but the real reasoning is that it is good. It's a staple. Everyone thinks of condiments. They think of ketchup, whatever. But I don't think it's exciting anyone at this table. We're only like saying, yeah, ketchup because, yeah, of course, ketchup. But no one's like fighting for ketchup like they are for these other ones.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I would say I am more excited by ketchup. I use ketchup more than I do any of the others.
That's true. Would you be sad if you didn't have ketchup when you were having breakfast?
When I'm having breakfast? It's a very specific caveat.
Well, like compare,
you now know how much I use it.
Yeah, would you be sad?
Like compare it to like say you lost, say a loved one passed away. And how would that compare to not having ketchup for breakfast?
Is it my aunt? Because I swear to God.
Yeah, that you know what? To the moon.
Bang zoomy. I would rather have ketchup than most of the others.
Interesting.
But you're right. No, you know what? I'm not going to fight you on it. We can cut out ketchup. It's the one I use the most frequently, and I enjoy it. But if it's missing, I can find a replacement.
I love ketchup. I always have a bottle of ketchup in the fridge, but it's kind of like I don't know. It's just doesn't excite me when we rank a list of condiments. You know, like I feel like ketchup would be maybe number 5, for example.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's good.
And I'll say this about ketchup. For me personally, every time in any scenario where people use ketchup, I always just substitute barbecue sauce because to me it's like a more interesting ketchup. It's sweet. It's still sweet. You know, it's still a condiment. It works with French fries and hamburgers and everything. And I have barbecue sauce in my fridge, but I never have ketchup. I don't have ketchup.
Yeah, you don't.
So I don't use it.
You don't have the thing you don't like in your fridge.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
There's
Proof
no need
positive.
For it.
Proof positive.
Yeah.
Okay. But no, I agree. I agree that on the criteria of is it indispensable, it's not indispensable. I could dispense with it and find a replacement.
Yeah, Raul, you okay with that?
Okay with that. I'm okay with that because John's right. You can find a replacement that would probably be more interesting. You just typically use it because it's like there and
good.
it is the one thing it's good. But if you were forced to, you'd probably find better substitutes.
So let me ask this, John, and it sounds like we're eliminating ketchup, and that's fine with me because I don't even like it. But say you're eating at the table, and there's just like a thing of ketchup and a thing of barbecue sauce. You would choose ketchup, or you would.
For French fries and
what are we eating?
Yeah.
What are we eating?
Yeah, if it's
I guess let's say French fries.
If it's chicken, I would choose barbecue sauce. If it's French fries, hot dogs, I would choose ketchup.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would always choose. Yeah. So I remember as a kid, sometimes at McDonald's they would have like. You know, they always have that like that giant dispenser of ketchup and mustard. Sometimes they would also have barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
You ever experience those? And whenever I'd find those, I'd be like, this is the fucking best. Garlic sauce is all you can eat. Like this is, it's like all of a sudden barbecue sauce is treated like ketchup. It's like, it's like the civil rights movement. It's
Welcome
like,
to the future.
Look, finally,
were you treating...
Finally, barbecue sauce gets treated as fairly and equally as ketchup and mustard. It's beautiful.
Were you treating the free barbecue sauce at McDonald's as an all-you-can-eat?
I just laid down on the ground underneath it, and I asked my friends to just pile it into my gullet.
Listen, all you can eat in this McDonald's.
Awesome! I love
He just
McDonald's.
filled up an empty ice cream cone with it and just started licking away.
Did you know, this is a total side note, but me, John, Raul, and a couple other people went to Ohio to go to the last McDonald's that had pizza still a few years ago. It doesn't have pizza anymore, but we had pizza there. It was great. And then I remember we ordered fries. I remember we ordered fries, and they were like, "Do you want small, medium, large, or a basket?" And I was like, "I don't know what that means, but a basket, please."
That was amazing.
It was
like for like $2.99. It was like this huge basket of McDonald's fries,
and it was
chicken nuggets as well. It was like fucking insane.
Yeah, 20 chicken nuggets in the States is like $2 or something ridiculous.
That makes sense for the States.
Yeah, it's for
a road trip though, excellent. Like there's nothing better than like just
to drive 8 hours for pizza.
Yeah, we finally got there at like midnight or something. We arrived and it's right on the border of Virginia and Ohio. West Virginia and Ohio. There's two different ones, one on each side of the border. So I think one wasn't open, but we discovered if we drive 5 minutes over the border, the other one is still open. So midnight, we roll in. We've been driving 8 hours, and we're like, pizza, and wait, what? Like the menu was crazy with how many things we don't have. So we ordered a couple of them pizzas, but then we were also like, okay, give us some of that. Give us this thing. Give us one of these. Yeah, Raul will take 20 nuggets to go.
It was also one of those like perfect road trips where like the tail end of once we were getting to that space was like, where are we? Like, what is, it's just pitch black out here and just wilderness. There's no way this is actually going to lead to a place. And then like perfectly shows up.
Yeah. And we also in this town is where the Mothman incident happened. Yeah. And our friend drove us out into the middle of a dirt road and then scared us so much that Raul shit his pants in the car.
I just farted real bad.
He just farted really bad and didn't admit that it happened until the next day, even though we were all like, what the fuck is going on? It smells so bad in here. Right at the time when the scariest thing is happening, all of a sudden this shit smell fills the car.
That's how Mayo Chup was born. Oh, God. All right.
Remember we found a post and we went to the end of that dirt road and we found a post and somebody has just scraped on it the words Dr. Satan. And our friend was so frightened we had to get out of there right away because it was clearly Satanists. Anyway.
And then Raul shit his pants.
Wow. Learning so much about you guys. This is great. This is great. I would definitely get a basket of whatever. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It sounds unnecessary, but I take it because you drove 8 hours for it.
It's inedible if you can't dip it in mayo chip.
That's true. That's right.
Yeah. And let me tell you, the pizza tasted exactly how I remembered it from the 90s. Somehow. Yeah. He had all the same suppliers, all the same everything. But sadly, it kind of blew up on Reddit and McDonald's corporate shut it down. So too bad you can't have it.
Yeah.
McDonald's corporate, why?
They basically just kept doing it because they were in such a small town. It was like a 700 population town. And it was like the only restaurant. So they were just like, this is where you get pizza. This is where you get chicken. This is, at McDonald's because it's the only restaurant they had.
Oh, man. That's a bummer.
Guarantee it's gonna be one of those things that comes back and like they're just waiting, sitting on that.
They're sitting on it.
But they're gonna bring it back and it's not gonna be the same.
Yeah, no, it's like the Szechuan sauce all over again. Okay, so what we have is sriracha, yellow mustard, barbecue sauce, garlic sauce, and gravy. That's our list of 5. We have to order this thing into a top 5. We'll start from 5 and we'll work our way to 1. What is number 5?
I think gravy is number 5. I have to admit, even though it's mine and I love gravy, I do think. It also suffers from it's kind of limited.
Is it?
Yeah. And like honestly, if gravy was somehow able to come in a bottle and also be warm, then it would be like a useful condiment that you could probably use. But it's like kind of limited in that way.
That's the best point.
Cold gravy is awful.
But the powdered gravy that you make in like a minute in the microwave is pretty good.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like if you're making a sandwich and grabbing. I don't know. I mean.
Yeah.
There's preparations
right.
you don't have to do with the others.
It doesn't go on a sandwich. I don't put it on a sandwich or a salad. I agree.
But you could put it on a sandwich. You could totally put it on a sandwich. It's like one of those open-faced
Yeah.
gravy sandwiches. Those are great.
Those are good.
If I had like leftover turkey and I didn't have any leftover gravy from Thanksgiving or whatever, I would totally make some powdered gravy for the leftover sandwich the next day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree that like the heating up part is definitely a hindrance.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
inconvenience that these other condiments you can just grab out of the fridge or
Yeah.
your
But
pantry and just throw
does
it
that
on.
just show you how good it is that you might be willing to do the extra work? 'Cause
Yeah,
it's so
that's
good.
true. I probably wouldn't because I'm very lazy.
know.
But yes, I do
know.
like gravy quite a lot, and I
Yeah.
love that gravy skin. You know that
Oh.
layer of skin. No, I'm just
That-
kidding.
that's-
Yum yum yum.
You almost made me vomit.
Says the person who loves the flake of Frank's Red Hot sauce at the
But
top.
I
of the
like that because it's just a salty flake. Yeah, I think we could move gravy to the bottom of the list.
I agree. What is number 4? Ooh, we're getting into it now. Probably garlic sauce, right?
I might say garlic sauce on
I
that.
think, I think garlic sauce.
I'm surprised garlic sauce is over gravy, to be honest.
Okay, we can put gravy for.
Well, since we've encapsulated all the garlic sauces, like I would
Oh.
take garlic sauce over gravy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Because I think you can't really have a good falafel or shawarma without a garlic sauce.
That's true.
And then that would include a garlic, like just a garlic aioli, like
Garlic aioli,
mayo.
you can dip your fries in, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. But I feel good about it for
Yeah.
4 sounds good. Yeah.
maybe. Well, we'll see. What is number 3?
I think for me, sriracha is 3, but other people may disagree with that.
Here's where we're gonna get into it. I think mustard would be my number 3.
Yeah,
That's
I agree
fine.
with that. Mustard would be my number 3,
I
maybe
don't-
number 4.
I don't particularly like sriracha, so I'm putting in number 3. I feel like is a huge, nice compromise from me.
Yeah. And I think mustard should be number 5. So no, I don't know. What Mike, what do you think?
Well, sriracha for me is number 3. I mean, if I'm thinking about if I'm talking
We're getting
about
into it.
what I
obviously.
want, we're getting
Yes.
into it. What I would really want or need. I mean, I don't have sriracha in my fridge right now, even though I do like it. But it's not. I guess it's not mandatory for me. But always have mustard. As soon as I'm running out of mustard, like you said with sriracha, I know I need to get more mustard because I'm going to use it. It's like it's good in a lot of ways. Same with barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce even more probably. I would use it then. So yeah,
I think the fight
those
right
two,
now for 3 and 2 might be sriracha versus mustard. It sounds like. What else are you using mustard for on a regular basis? Because I have mustard in the fridge and I like it, but I barely touch it. To be honest with you,
I think it's perfect for sandwiches,
Sandwiches.
for all types of sausage, for all types
Burgers.
of pork products, burgers. But ham, you put it on a sausage, anything pork related, you get a mustard.
What about a pork dumpling? You want to put a mustard on that?
that's what I use ketchup for.
No, dumplings
Mayo
are too
chop.
good.
Yeah.
Dumplings make their own sauce and they're
Oh,
great.
there is one that I can't believe they didn't make. Anyways, I'll talk about it later. I don't know.
Nope. Do it.
No, we'll talk about it later.
You know the rules. Talk about it now.
Raul, thoughts?
So between mustard and sriracha, I gotta be honest. I've never been like I've only recently been used to mustard and enjoying mustard in like a burger and being like, oh yeah, this bittery juice that like is a little bit of a taste to it, but it's like, and it gives a little bite, but it's not. If I was told I wouldn't be able to have that, it's a lot like olives for me. It's like I don't need, like I've enjoyed it and I know what it adds to it, but if you told me I
I
never had that
understand
again,
what you're saying, but don't ever compare olives and mustard again.
they're the same way.
But I understand what you're saying.
If I had it by itself, too much.
I could just eat like a jar
Could
of
you?
olives. Yeah, I love olives, especially green olives. Oh my god, I want it now.
You can't have a jar of mustard though. You wouldn't eat a jar of mustard.
No, but one time I do have video evidence of John pouring mustard into his mouth and down his gullet
Yeah.
romantically.
Hey, Mike, is the reason we did that because you wrote it into a script that I was supposed to do it?
I didn't write that.
Oh, come on. Yeah, it was for a comedic video. It was not. He didn't.
Sure.
He didn't candidly capture me doing it.
This is John Richardson, and this is Mustard Eats.
Yeah.
He just pours it in his mouth.
It was a very funny video. You can check it out on www.hotnet.org/buttons.
Gonna Google this after.
That's nothing. I just literally said words.
Nope, you said it. I'm Googling it after. See what
We'll
happens.
find a way to hot link it. We'll
We
hot
should,
link it.
maybe we should send you the link because we did make a little. We did make a video or a sketch called mayonnaise that was about mayonnaise and involved all the different condiments. I'm just realizing this now. So
I'm pretty sure I have it on my YouTube.
Okay.
I'll get it now and post a link.
You send it to me
and
after.
you can share it with our listeners. How does that sound?
John, do you have the Queen as well? Couldn't find that.
I have both of those, I believe. I will share both links, but
we'll share it
listeners should
together.
know it's on my private YouTube channel that we've never shared. So when you see that it has 10 views, it's not because we don't have any fans. It's because we've never shared it.
Until now. I don't know, guys. Like, I feel exactly.
I'm saying sriracha over mustard, personally. To summarize what you asked me.
Yeah, and I want to compromise and say, sure, mustard at 2 or whatever, but I sriracha is just so much better in my mind. Like,
Sriracha I can add to a bunch of things and not completely change it wouldn't change. It's not too over. It's a very strong flavor of mustard. If you told me I couldn't have one or the other forever, I would be sad if it was sriracha and not if it was mustard.
to me, sriracha is more versatile than mustard is in general, I think. But
you can't put it on more. That's true.
Yeah, if we're really getting into it. I don't know, mustard defendants, what do you got? Like, anything else?
No.
So I mean, it sounds like it sounds like mustard is losing it, but just like we said with ketchup, mustard is a staple. It's a staple condiment. It's like if you go into any house, you'll probably find mustard. You maybe will find sriracha, but not guaranteed. But I know for the same reason we are also kind of that also put ketchup on events as well. Mm-hmm. So
it's tough stuff. I just think in my life, I don't care that much about sriracha. Mm-hmm. I would miss mustard if it was gone. So I don't know how we tie break.
Feats of strength, I think.
You know what? Go ahead and put your sriracha number 2.
You have host power, don't you? Where you can do a final decision.
Well, yes, that's right, and that's why I'm bringing Mayo Chup back into the mix.
So you're using it for this and nothing else after.
Nothing else. That's right.
All right.
No, I if I had to really choose, and I don't usually overrule anything on this show. I really try to make it a discussion and stuff. But I think
has something to say about that.
Mike, your point about the ketchup argument earlier is kind of how I feel about mustard, where it's kind of like it's a staple. It's the second thing you think on the Family Feud thing. And if we're talking about condiments that excite me, and I do like mustard, I really do, but it doesn't excite me to see on this list.
But are the best condiments what excite some people or what everyone has and everyone needs?
I don't think everyone needs mustard. I've let mustard in my fridge expire, and that's crazy because mustard is good for a long time.
You know what? You're making me angry. I said you can take sriracha for the win. The more you talk about it, the more I want to fight you on it.
All right.
Either take the win, accept the win.
I'm going to take the win, and I'm going to carry it over the finish line to number 1, where sriracha belongs. No, I are we saying barbecue sauce?
Yeah, I think barbecue sauce is number 1, and we maybe did it by making barbecue sauce such a broad category, but I don't think it was wrong to do that. I think it's good. Mike's right. You can use it as a dip. You can use it as a topping. You can
cook with it.
If you had a sandwich that you were like, I don't have anything else. You know what? I could put barbecue sauce in the sandwich. Why not?
Honestly, if I fucking sliders happened and I slid into a parallel universe that was exactly the same as this universe in every way, but didn't have barbecue sauce, I would just slowly wander into traffic and just say take me away, Lord Jesus.
But what if the white picket fence on your house no longer squeaked?
Well, that wouldn't be so bad then, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Sorry,
I
deep
think we have
sliders
our
cut.
list. I think we have our list. At number 5, we have gravy. At number 4, we have garlic sauce. Number 3, we have yellow mustard. Number 2, we have sriracha. And number 1, barbecue sauce. Holy shit. I think that's a good list.
I think it's a good list. I think, you know what? I'm sad we didn't get blue cheese in there for I think it could have replaced garlic sauce, quite frankly. But I think it's a good list.
I don't know. But
I don't know, especially since I beeped it up through editing this entire time.
Yeah.
Now we're entering honorable mentions where you can say it.
I don't have anything to say.
Let's do our honorable mentions. We'll start with Mike. Can you just say your entire list, honorable mentions, everything?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So my honorable. So I had. I had liquid smoke, but we kind of talked about that. So my honorable mentions were this buffalo wing sauce that I honestly I just didn't think I would get anywhere with it.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
But I always buy this President's Choice, which for Americans, President's Choice is like great stuff. Or they have a lot of stuff, but they have this buffalo wing sauce that's just 0 calories again. Great,
It's really
great.
important to you.
Big plus, very important to me.
For our American listeners, you may know President's Choice as grocery store brand sauce.
Yeah, but it's like if grocery store brand was good somehow. I don't know. I mean, President's Choice somehow started as a no-name brand and had raised to the heightened itself to the point where now it's a bank somehow.
It is weird that if you go to, this is from the grocery store Loblaws for listeners. Loblaws has 2 different grocery store brands, President's Choice and No Name Brand.
Because President's Choice elevated itself to the point where it's like, oh, it's not the store brand anymore. It's kind of like the fancy.
yeah, they have like a black label section of their stuff that
It's
looks really good.
strange. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, and speaking of black label, that's another condiment that's on my list.
Oh.
You can get it at the Black Label, which I have in my fridge right now. But there's also you can get it in at Italian restaurants and stuff. They sell it, but it's this chilies in oil.
Yeah,
and it's so good. And
It's
you put it
so
on pizza or sandwiches or anything.
like red chili flakes in oil. Yeah,
Oh, yum. Yum,
Yeah,
yum, yum.
not even flakes, but it's like chili peppers.
yeah.
Really good. So and then I wrote, and again this might fall into the category of cheddar cheese, but I wrote dill pickles
Oh,
for sandwiches.
Dill of any
I
kind.
love dill.
I don't-
You know
burgers.
what? I get that. I don't like pickles. Pickles are too strong for me, but I had a dill pickle, and it's like this just sweetie goodness.
Yeah, I like dill pickles. And then I also on my list I wrote a burger sauce / special sauce, kind of like the Big Mac
HP?
kind of
Interesting.
sauce.
So you like it,
Oh,
but that's mayonnaise-y, no?
It is a little mayonnaise-y, but I do like Big Mac.
Sounds like you
sauce.
might like. It sounds like you might like
Mayo chup?
Mayo chup. I know.
I think so.
I did think
give it
about
a shot.
It's
Give it a
very-
shot.
I would mayo chup and special sauce are pretty similar.
I mean, Mayo Chup ate so much shit as we were talking about it that I was like, I wouldn't dare bring up burger sauce. But yeah, I do like a good like a Big Mac sauce. So, and
Yeah.
there is areas where I do like mayo. I do also like tuna salad sandwiches, which is like a lot of mayo, but somehow it's good.
Is it safe to just call burger sauce Thousand Islands, or is it significantly different?
No, it's different. It's definitely different. It has like relish in it and some other stuff.
But doesn't
I've
Thousand
made
Islands
burgers.
have relish in it?
I don't know, maybe, but
Okay.
I think it's different
Okay,
because
Not sure.
they taste different.
that's fair.
Fair
Hey.
enough.
Good reason.
I also wrote marinara, which is
yeah,
good for certain things, especially like meatball subs or something like
I think
that.
marinara beats pesto, for example, because it's
Yeah.
a pasta topping, it's a
If
pizza
I had to
topping,
pick, yeah.
it's a dipping
Sure.
sauce.
Sure.
But yeah, I could see how it's not top 5 materials.
And this next one isn't one I was going to pitch, but it's one I wanted to talk about. As I remembered it, I had a flashback as we were talking. Do you remember, if you were a child of the 90s, for a while there's a thing that was like ketchup, but it was different colors. Like there's like a purple ketchup,
Yeah, purple ketchup.
Oh, yeah.
green
Yeah.
ketchup.
It was
You're
just a
talking about the
Heinz
purple
thing,
ketchup? Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a weird thing, and that's just an evidence of the fact that ketchup is not based on tomatoes. It's like
Yeah.
sugar and like
Yeah, they could make it
color.
anything
It's
they
just
wanted.
coloring,
Yeah.
yeah, food coloring.
But the purple ketchup was gross.
Yeah, purple ketchup came out at the same time as blue Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's
There's
So
green hamburger buns too that I remember in that era,
yeah.
which is like, why are you doing this?
Now we've got black hamburger buns, which I think we can all agree is not a fad. It's here forever.
oh, it's coming. It's here to stay. And the one, do you remember when I was talking about pancakes and I was talking about this condiment?
I don't remember it. No, of course, yeah.
Do you remember what it could be? Does anyone have an idea of what I was getting at?
I don't. I
No.
thought maybe jam or something. What is it?
I don't know.
It's kind of like a jam. It's a very. I'll give you a hint. And every one of your
Marmalade?
listeners is probably shouting right now on the subway.
Yeah.
It is like jam. It is a spread, but it's not based on berries.
Nutella.
Yes, that's right.
Oh.
yeah,
Nutella's
that's
a
true,
great
Nutella,
point.
You can make a lot of
Yeah.
desserts with Nutella. It's true.
It's definitely
Yeah,
a dessert condiment, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's not quite a condiment. It's not like you're gonna put it on a sandwich. Unless you're having a Nutella sandwich.
Yeah.
But if you're
Yeah.
having like a turkey sandwich or something, or like whatever,
And I
Yeah.
would also say, actually, like you wouldn't say peanut butter is a condiment because it's the main thing. I think Nutella and peanut butter are the same category.
that's
I
why
agree.
I didn't. That's why I didn't end
Yeah.
up going
But
with
I-
it. But I mean,
good
it's
point,
like
yes.
it's
Yeah.
loved by everyone. Who
I
doesn't
could see
love
the
the
argument for
delicious
peanut
flavor?
butter, but it'd be a little bit of a weird one, I think. So
Yeah.
I mean, you could on a burger, peanut butter is condiment. I would say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
But
you
I've
can
never
also just
tried it.
eat a spoonful of peanut butter, and that's
Yeah.
Some people do that.
Yeah.
It's fine, right?
I mean, you could eat a pickle on its own too, though.
Yeah.
Although
That's
I guess we didn't. Did we say pickles are a condiment, or I guess
that one also I feel.
we didn't
dicey.
get-
Anyways, doesn't
we didn't
matter.
get into
doesn't
it.
matter.
We didn't get into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that was honorable mention. Anyway, that's my list of honorable mentions. Yeah.
Cool.
Wait, Mike. Quick question: how many calories are in a pickle?
Not a lot because you know what? Can I tell you? I've been since pandemic started. I've been getting into making pickles. Very low calorie because cucumbers are almost they're extremely low calorie because they're mostly water.
And then vinegar's nothing.
And then it's just vinegar, salt, dill, seeds, So I've been making pickles a lot lately and pickling different vegetables. It's been fun experience and very low calorie.
Great.
So
Okay, as long as it's low calorie, then oof, good.
Yeah.
Good. Raul, do you want to go ahead and rapid fire your list?
Yes, I got relish.
mm,
Relish, a nice sweetie, good treat that you typically wouldn't get anything out of. Like you wouldn't get that anywhere else for like a burger or even a hot dog or something. And the other one was honey mustard because I'm not a big fan of mustard, but honey mustard adds that little bit of sweetness.
I do like honey mustard.
So it makes the thing you don't maybe love too much about mustard a little bit more tolerable.
Cool.
And
That's the rest of
I
your
got.
list?
That's the rest of my list. Yeah.
Amazing. John, I know you have quite a bit, but you want to? No,
I'm
not really.
I
You
feel
wanna...
like all the ones that have been said or all the ones I had are sort of been covered.
Yeah, there's nothing else that you want to shout
No,
out here.
I'm okay.
Not even the blue cheese.
What's this?
Blue cheese. No,
Bleep?
bleep. The bleep cheese. All right. Okay. I'm just gonna rapid fire mine here. So I said fish sauce, which I really like. It's a specific thing, but I really enjoy fish sauce.
Pad Thai.
Oh yeah. I like hoisin sauce for the same reason. It's really good for a certain thing. Soy sauce, which is one that I'm kind of shocked didn't make the list. That one seems like a heavy hitter.
I've been
Yeah.
pulling away from soy sauce. Like I think maybe the older I've gotten, the more I'm like, this is just too salty. Like I'm just
It's very salty.
But
it's
it
real.
is-
I have to put so little of it on a sushi bite
Yeah,
for me to not be
but-
bothered by it.
But it does add something. It is great. You
Yeah.
put a little bit. You're right. A little bit goes a long way, like mustard, but it does add something. If you've got a mediocre dumpling, you put a drop of soy sauce on it. Suddenly
Transforms
you've
the entire thing.
got a very good dumpling.
and you
true.
can't make stir fry of any kind without
No.
soy sauce.
You can't.
Yeah. I'm shocked it didn't make our list, but that's how it goes, baby. I like hummus. I like salsa.
Oh, hummus is really good.
Hummus is a
I
real.
can't believe I didn't even think of that. I love hummus,
But again, is it a condiment because you can
more
eat
as
just
a
hummus
spread.
on its own?
but I use it on sandwiches all the time or in wraps and stuff.
Yeah.
But is it more of a spread than it is a condiment?
Like, isn't it the same category as peanut butter, where it's
Yeah.
like you could just
I
eat
don't
a
know.
spoonful of
I guess
hummus?
that's a tricky one. I
Right?
would.
That's a hard
Anyways,
one.
it's honorable mention, so it doesn't.
Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
I mean, no one's really having a hummus sandwich like you would peanut butter.
Yeah.
No, but you would have just hummus on bread.
Yeah, that's true.
That's an open face
have I
sandwich.
done? Yeah, I guess I've never done that, but I guess I can see it.
You've never done
Salsa?
hummus on pita?
Well, just like hummus on its own. I mean, I've seen people do that, but like I'm a pig, so I would just put a bunch of different stuff in there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Salsa, honey, sour cream, Worcestershire sauce.
Oh.
There's a Trader Joe's in America. I don't know why I said
you know what, guys?
America.
For American listeners, Trader Joe's brand is the equivalent of President's Choice.
Yeah,
So,
but Trader
now-
Joe's has some pretty good shit, especially their spices.
So does President's Choice. So
That's true.
What's it gonna do?
The one I wanted to shout out was everything but the bagel, which is amazing. It's like sesame seeds, poppy seeds, sea salt flakes, dried garlic, dried onions, all like fused together in this shaker, and it's just like
It's really trendy right now.
Yeah,
for some
you can
reason.
you can buy it at Bulk Barn. Sorry, Mike, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I've been seeing it all over lately. People, I don't know, somehow it's just one of those trendy kind of food things that's happening right now.
Yeah. Just to make your things taste like everything bagel. Actually, in that vein, I will say something that was considered on my list, but I left it off because I felt like it was more an herb than a condiment. You could buy Garlic Plus, which is again a mixture that is like a brand name, whatever, but it's a mix of garlic, salt, oregano, all different flakes, but it's adds enough flavor that I found that putting a little bit of that on salad, even if you have a little drop of other kind of salad dressing, this is good. Adds a bunch of garlic flavor. It's perfect on broccoli. Little drip of lemon juice with then a sprinkle of Garlic Plus. Suddenly,
Wait, what is it? Is that like Garlic Expressions? Is that the same thing?
Maybe. I think Garlic Plus is just the brand, like the Hidden Valley brand. Or no, what's that Clubhouse brand name for it? Yeah.
okay.
So I don't know. I think it's probably the same. Why am I still talking? You're the host.
I know what you're talking about though. Like I've seen one of those things before.
Yeah,
it's just
a
like
mixed-
a small
mixed
shaker
spice.
that's a mixed thing. That's kind of like the everything but the bagel. It's just
That's
like
why I bring it up. It's almost exactly the same.
yeah. Which those are amazing because there's so many different types of those and they just keep popping up. And you mentioned lemon juice. I thought that was like my boring pick that I thought was like, this is solid. Don't think anyone will be excited, but lemon juice changes everything.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. For vegetables,
use it
it's
all the
really,
time.
really
Yeah,
good.
it's so good. I like chipotle mayo. I like roasted garlic aioli.
I'm surprised Chipotle didn't make it into the mix. Yeah,
It was just too much mayo stuff, and I'm like, I gotta.
it
tap
really is
out.
a problem. Like, there's so many dips are just great for dipping fries in, but they're all just mayo based with a different flavor.
Yeah, I couldn't.
You
do
guys
it.
say bad. I say utopia.
And that is my list. We've been talking long enough. Let's wrap things up. Before we go, I got to thank my guests, of course, for ranking top 5 condiments with me. We'll thank Mike first. Thank you, Mike, for being on
Oh,
the
I see
podcast.
you've ranked your guests too.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
number
right.
1, Mike.
Number 1. That's right.
Came in first, which means he's bottom of the list.
Well, I'll thank all 3 of you at the same time because, you know, you, John and Raul, thank you as well because you all have kind of the same plug, I assume.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you'd like to listen to us, please check us out at that'showIrememberit.com or on the Sonar Network. You can find our podcast, That's How I Remember It. And in fact, while you're at it, check out any podcast you like on the Sonar Network. It's fully all the best podcasts in the world. If you're not on the Sonar Network, it's not worth listening to.
Right here, John. Yeah, check out That's How I Remember. It's a very fun show, and you guys are recording semi-regularly again, I assume.
We're back to about once a month, which is semi-regularly, sure.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else you guys want to plug today?
No.
Are we angry at each other yet? We started on such a positive note, and
No, I'm pretty happy
Yeah,
with where we ended
condiments
up.
are pretty like, you know, that's not something we I don't know, have too hard opinions on as much
Yeah.
as film.
Right.
And it is a thing though that it's tough because I like all of our choices, but there's so many other good ones too.
there's so many good ones. I mean,
There's so many good ones.
soy
What are
sauce
you
dip.
gonna do about
What are
it?
we gonna do? All right. Well, we're gonna wrap things up. Think about those other ones. But for myself, you can find the rest of the shows in the Pod Cavern at www.podcavern.com, the second best network in the world. And check. Oh, you know what? Screw it. We are the best. Fuck you, Sonar Network. This is
What?
a war now.
Oh, no.
That's right. we are going to come back like Mayo Chup, and we're going to come back with a vengeance. Okay. So watch out.
Just like Mayo Chup did.
Actually, there is one more thing I want to plug. For comedy nerds out there who are as old as me, I'm sure you've been thinking of it this entire time. Go on YouTube and check out the Mr. Show sketch, Mayo Stirred, which is a series of commercials parodying a new product that's mixing mayonnaise and mustard together in one product. And it's a terrific arc of 3 sketches that come together really well.
That's great. I love Mr. Show.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for us.
That's it. This has been That's How I Remember It. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for that. And I kid, I do love the Sonar Network. They are our friends here.
We are all friends and we all get along, and I
right.
work really hard on it. So give me a break, man.
You'll see these guys back in the pod cavern, I'm sure, ranking some other stuff. But until then, we'll see you next time. Let's go finish that Subway film, John. Let's go do that.
Yay!
Yay!